Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is Brunch Boxing. I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with the John Madden of boxing, Mr. Walk and Talk, Mr. Sit and Spit himself, Mr. EzRaw Breakdown, Andrew Tate. He's coming for you, sucker. I'm here with EzRaw Boxing. What's going on, Ezra?
You know, the Andrew Tate thing, that's a good bit. I love that bit. But I think
Whoa. Hold on. That's a bit? You don't really
no,
want to fight him?
Let me explain. I definitely want to fight him. I'm just saying it's funny that we keep going with that. But I was talking to my wife and I said, I'm getting fat. I mean, I just said, this is called what it is, right? I'm getting fat, right? And I was like, I think the only thing that can motivate me to get in shape is a legitimate fight. Like, I think that's the only thing that will do it, because that's the only thing that ever got me in shape was there was a chance of a legitimate fight. I think a fight with Andrew Tate is necessary for my health. I really do. I think other than that, I get obese. If I don't have a fight with Andrew Tate, or who's the other guy I called out, Huey?
Chase Demore,
I think I'm gonna get out of shape. I think I'm gonna get fat and obese.
So you're no longer calling out Salt Poppy.
Salt Poppy too.
Poppy lost.
Salt Poppy lost though. It's not that much. I'll call. What's his name? Tony Ferguson. Call Tony Ferguson out. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. But I'm just saying right now, I think I need a fight to get in shape.
I would like you to fight Jake Paul.
I mean, I just think I have to work my way up to it. You gotta be honest.
Well, he's the final boss.
Yep.
Like the Rock.
Interesting.
I got this iced caramel brulee latte. Not good. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like for Starbucks drinks, right? And their holiday stuff.
Nope. No free ads, Ezra. No free ads.
This is a 4 out of 10. This is not doing it.
But before we get started with the show today, I wanted to send out my condolences to friend of the show, Al Bernstein, who announced the passing of his wife, Connie. So, deepest condolences to Bernstein and his entire family.
Definitely. Al Bernstein, class act, a guy that we all grew up with watching boxing. And his voice is, with boxing, just, you got to have praise for him at this time, man. He's heard it.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, Huey, let's get started.
All right, before we get started here, just everyone listening, watching, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, Ezra's account, the Brunch Boxing account, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, get more viewers, listeners onto the show. And then we can get right into it with the news and notes. First thing, we saw DAZN announcing their new ultimate subscription tier. What was it? $44.95 is going to be the new price per month in America. I didn't recall checking the annual rate. Maybe you can speak to that. But did Turkey lie to the people?
I'm gonna let you start, Ezra.
Not this time. Not this time.
Oh, wow.
I gotta say,
because he has lied before, and maybe we lied to this point, but he did say he did what this was building off the last lie. So I don't think you can count this as a lie, because he had lied the last time when he said pay-per-views were done, right? And then he said they're done, and then he said, well, actually, we're going to do like a little, like a monthly plan type thing. So that this wasn't necessarily a lie, because off of the last lie, this is the truth. They said they're going to give you a monthly thing. This is what they're giving you. Now, is it a good deal? Who the hell knows, right? Most likely not. I'm going to be honest with you. Most likely not, right? Because it's funny to say like, oh, well, you're going to subscribe to this, and you have no idea what you're getting. We're not going to tell you anything you're getting, but subscribe to this. And you're going to get 12 pay-per-views a year. And then you're thinking to yourself, well, hell, I don't even think that there's 5 pay-per-views I think worthy that DAZN ever gives me a year. Suddenly they're going to start giving me 12 pay-per-views that I deem worthy to pay for. That's the part where it's like, the mystery box of it all. They've never delivered on it. So if you're telling me that I'm going to get this David Benavidez card every month for a year, I'm going to say it right now, it's worth it. It's worth it. If it's this David Benavidez card for every month of the year, it's worth it. But if I'm getting nonsense and you're just calling it pay-per-view, because that's a very interesting thing. It's like, what are you going to call pay-per-view now? One thing I think business-wise is what they did here is they realized that no one was buying these pay-per-views. We've been talking about it. It's obvious. Like I said, we don't need to know the numbers. It's obvious, right? You know when something's getting bought, you know when it's not. These pay-per-views are not getting bought. They know they have a loyal subscription, right? Whatever number that is of people, they have people that are subscribing, and they know that they stay consistently. They said, we're not going to get no more new buyers, right? We're not going to get no more new buyers. We can't advertise really anywhere. But we do have these subscribers that seem to stay with us. How can we get more money? How about we just charge them more money? These people seem to stay here. I think they'll pay the extra money because we already have them. And that's what they did here. I don't think that they think they're going to get more pay-per-view buys. I don't think they're going to give you a better product because they're not. But they know they have people that have stood there through thick or thin. I'm one of them. And they said, hey, I think we can charge these guys a little bit more. You know what? They're right. I'm going to pay it. So that's all this is. I really do. I don't think you're going to get great events consistently. I don't. I think it's going to be pretty much the same. Maybe you'll get more fights. Maybe there'll be a little bit thicker of a schedule because it's been pretty weak this year. But I don't think that it's going to be everything's going to be pay-per-view worthy. That's a very questionable term with pay-per-views worthy because if you look at everything they've offered you at pay-per-view, most of it hasn't been pay-per-view worthy. What do you think, Matt?
I mean, they gave us Moses Atama versus Dillian White as a pay-per-view for $50.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So that just tells you what they consider pay-per-view. And here's where you're wrong. How could you say he hasn't lied when he said there will be no more pay-per-view?
No,
and you've been using the word pay-per-view, right?
No, but that was the last lie. But then he came back and was like, okay, we're going to have pay-per-view, but I'm going to offer you a monthly subscription. He did say that. So like I'm saying, it's not that he didn't lie on this before. He has. But
he didn't say that. He didn't say that. The CEO
I know a monthly subscription was coming. So you know
the CEO of the Zone said that.
Yeah. They
Turki said no more pay-per-view. Yeah. Turki said no more pay-per-view. Now, here's the thing. If you want to say that Turki is not a liar, fine. But either he's a liar or he doesn't have the power that he likes to portray himself to have.
No. He's definitely a liar. I'm not saying he's not a liar. Don't come on. What are we doing here? He's definitely lied. We talk about it all the time. He lies all the time. I'm
talking about with this situation.
Yeah, in this situation,
he said he was going to make it happen. He told the fans when a fan said to him, "Yo, they've been said no more pay-per-view. They lied before." He said, "That was before my time. This is me now."
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It don't get more blatant than that.
Yeah.
It don't get more blatant than that.
I'm just saying, we already lied. We already knew he lied. This was just now continuing on it. But I guess if you guys want to say he's still lying, then that is what it is. He's lied a lot. And I think that, personally, I wanted to ask you this: what are the odds we still get a pay-per-view that's out of the subscription?
Oh, come on,
a super pay-per-view. Is there a chance we get a super pay-per-view? Because I really think there's a chance we get a super pay-per-view. I think we get a pay-per-view that they say, hey, this isn't the subscription. You got to pay a little extra for this one, but it's so good. I think that's what they're going to do. I really think that at next year, you're going to get a
They can't do that.
All right. We'll see.
They can't do that. EzRaw, they can't do that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't count anything out at this point. I can't count anything out at this point.
Because he's a liar. And I'm saying it. And I know we're probably going to get banned. We're probably going to get whatever. He fucking lied. He lied. And I got to tell you, Mr. His Excellency, it's not good to be a Jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving, my brother. This is horrible. This is really, really horrible because if you think about it, right? You're charging the fans $44.99, $538 a year, right? You got to have an annual commitment. But if you pay up front, if you give us $450 up front, then you save $80. What are we saving from? Why did it make it seem like they're saving people money? You're not saving money by putting a paywall in between stuff that never used to have a paywall. Moses Atama is not someone that should be on pay-per-view right now. Can we all agree on that?
I would agree with you on that. We lost Ez, but 100%, and we got Ez back.
So if you're charging me $50 to watch someone that should be free, and then you say, you know what, I'm not going to charge you $50. I'm going to charge you $20. You're saving $30. I'm still not saving $30. I'm overpaying $20.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand the game that they're playing with these words, man. And,
they said 12 plus pay-per-views. What number do you think they get of pay-per-views that you think you get in this deal?
Well, I think they're gonna do about 30 to 40
pay-per-views.
Yes.
Oh, I think you're gonna get 13, and then they're gonna say, "Hey, that's what we promised."
No,
because you understand
30 to 40.
But you gotta understand, they're just saying pay-per-view level fights. We don't even know what that means.
EzRaw. 2 weeks ago, we saw Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view. Next week, we have Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The week after that, we have David Benavidez versus Anthony R. Pay-per-view. That's 3 pay-per-views
So you think you're just
in
gonna get
4
pay-per-views
weeks.
for everything now? You think everything's gonna be
Yes.
That's funny. So like even like these Eddie Hearn cards, you think they just offer them for $10 on Amazon as well? They're like, you know what? Screw it. Like this is like a chance. Why not? Right? Pretty risky.
Bro. NUA versus Picasso is pay-per-view in the US, EzRaw.
Oh man. Let me tell you something. We talk about it often. I think I think you're on the same page with me. Like it's not boxing's not in a great spot right now. You know what I mean? It's not in a great spot. It's not the healthiest it is. And I gotta tell you, obviously there's no growth here in this plan, right? Like there's not a casual that's like, hey, you know what? Let me drop $500 to watch a sport that I don't watch ever consistently. Only watch the big events. I have no idea what's going on. Let me drop money on that. Like there's no growth here at all. There's no room for growth. Basically, if you fight on DAZN, you fight to the subscribers they have, and that's it. You're not going to gain any more fans. It is in its own bubble. It's its own thing. It's not growing. There's no growth here. And I was thinking about Vergil and Boots, and they're going back and forth, right? And they're like, oh, he's not going to sign the contract and this and this. And I'm like, these guys have no idea where the business is right now. No one gives a shit about that contract right now because no one cares enough about the sport to watch it enough. Like you're doing stuff that worked maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. Right now, no one's watching the sport enough to care about this contract negotiations. I don't think these people have the self-awareness to realize where this sport actually is. No one gives a damn. You're basically giving us fights or you're not. The other little talk, it's not, the sport's not there right now. Me and you will talk about it. But if you think that people are like, oh, I can't wait for this Boots and Vergil fight to be made, that are casual fans, no, they're not. So this whole conversation back and forth, no one cares. This sport,
it's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And this thing that they announced, like I said, there's no growth here. There's no growth here. There's no, oh, we want to build a sport. No, they don't. No, they don't. I don't know what the hell they want to do. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do with it, but there's no growth here. There's no plan of growth here. There's nothing you can do here. It's in his own box. This is a sport. But if you're a fan now, you can watch it, but there's no growing new fans. There's no talking. No one's going to know any of this stuff's happening. Okay. No one knows any of this stuff's happening. This stuff is, it's dying. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's dying.
Vergil Ortiz, who's supposed to be one of the few stars of boxing, is fighting Erickson Lubin, who some boxing fans know, okay, in his hometown, and they couldn't even open up the rafters. They couldn't even open up the rafters.
Bro, it's brutal out there. That's what I'm saying. Like there just needs to be some awareness of what it is, right? And like I get it, right? Like none of these boxers, if the money's there, I'm not gonna blame them. We're gonna take the money. Like there's no doubt about it. But none of these.
The money's gonna be there.
Yeah, right. The money's
gonna be there. Yeah, the money's there, but the back and forth, I think, is a little bit much. It's a little unnecessary.
It's unnecessary.
Nobody cares that much.
No one cares.
And here's the thing about that fight, right? And I hate that we're going off a tangent on this fight. You love to take the eyes off Turkey. You love Turkey. Like you.
Listen, I'm honest about Turkey.
You are a turkey gobbler.
You know what it is? Can I tell you this right now? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Now,
the family show.
The crazy part, let me tell you the crazy part, is I'm negative on Turkey all the time, right? And then if I say one thing, I guess it wasn't negative enough. I just said I don't think he lied in this one instance. I think he lied before about the situation. But I think we already got past that lie. Like, here's the thing, right? If I lie to you, Matt, right? I say
what you do all the time.
Okay, let's just say, right? Let's say I was gonna go to this place and I didn't go to that place, right? And I end up going to a different place. That's the lie, right? And you caught me on that lie. Okay, that's the lie. Now, in a week later, I'm still at that place. I'm not still lying at that point. You already caught the lie. Now we're moving on from that lie into what the new, where we're at in the new information. That's all that happened here.
Is this what you tell your wife?
What happened?
Is this what you saw your wife?
Yes, you only catch me on a lie once. You can't keep going on that same lie like you're still lying. No. We already caught me on that lie. Now we're here. This is a new truth.
So the lie ends once you're caught.
Yeah, once I'm caught, that's the lie. It doesn't continue. It's just a new truth at that point.
Oh shit. Okay. All
It's a
right.
new truth.
That's insane. That's insane.
That's the way it works.
But do you think the zone just suffers from bad PR?
Do they just suffer from bad PR?
Yeah. Or do they really
No.
just not know what they're doing?
It's just a business model that doesn't work. It's a business model that just doesn't work. I don't think it's PR, it's anything. It just doesn't work. There's no solution for it. You have a thing that no one knows about in the States. You have a thing that doesn't draw any eyeballs. They needed something big like, I don't know, like they need a bigger sport that forces people to go there, right? That navigates, funnels people to it, and they don't have it. Huh?
They needed soccer.
They have soccer, you said?
I said they needed soccer.
Yeah, exactly. They almost had that deal, right? And then that fell apart.
Or
It's just,
NFL.
yeah, it just doesn't work. Now they have Turkey, who's funneling some money to them to keep the boxing, right, still getting these fights. Now I don't know what the hell his plan is to grow this, but this right here, what they have just doesn't work. It's just not going to work. That's the truth. We all just know this is not.
Hold on. You say you don't know his plan to grow the sport. Can we stop with the notion that he's trying to grow the sport?
No, he's not trying to grow the sport. He's not trying to grow.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, he's not trying to grow the sport.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Let's be honest.
The reason why I say that is because if you have people out here that will say he's trying to grow the sport, you have people out here saying that he saved boxing. Now, it's clear as day. I think a lot of people too that I see have those opinions kind of admit this week that no, this isn't great. I do. It really wasn't people coming out saying this was a good thing. There really wasn't that.
Because here's the thing: if you come out and you defend it, you make it kind of obvious that you just either are blindly supporting everything or you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then I see Mike Coppinger trying to alibi this. Hey, look, you got in November, you got Lubin Ortiz, and you Ben and Benavidez gone, all for the low price of $44.99.
Yeah.
Like, bro, eat a dick. What are you talking about, bro? And here's what you're also going to see, okay? You're going to start seeing people say, hey, listen, for the price of your DAZN subscription, that's 3 PBC pay-per-views, duh.
Yeah. It's stupid. But like I said, we were talking about DAZN, it just doesn't work. It's not going to work, okay? You're not going to build an app, I'm sorry, around just boxing. It's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. And boxing is an event-to-event situation, right? You build an event, and that event brings in a bunch of people, but it's not like a continuous thing. It's that's not the way the sport is built. It's not the way it works, and you're especially not going to build it while you have to charge $500 to start watching. Because it's not going to happen. This doesn't work. They're trying to make money with whatever they have. I think DAZN's plan's more international. I think they do things more internationally. They're trying to figure out what they can do here.
I mean, if you look at the main events that they put on, obviously is more international. Yeah,
it's more international. But I think they have other sports that are international that they, I think they have UFC in some spots and stuff like that they show internationally. Like they have other ways that they're going about it, right? Here, it just doesn't work. This is not going to work, and it's not good for boxing.
It'll never work.
It'll never work. And it's not good for boxing.
Work.
And as long as I got to be honest with you, as long as it's around, it will continue to suffocate boxing. It will continue to boxing will not just a niche sport. I mean, we're talking about only a few people will ever know what the hell's going on. You will not be able to talk to a casual fan and be like, did you hear about this guy? Because he's going to be like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Bro,
okay?
Nobody knows what DAZN is.
Exactly. So you have this, you have the thing. It's gonna hurt the sport for a long time. Now I get PBC those pay-per-views and everything. Yeah, but people kind of at least know what those events are. They know those fighters. They know where they can find it. No one has DAZN because DAZN you would only get if you watch boxing. If you're a diehard boxing fan, you get DAZN. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of diehard boxing fans don't even own DAZN. They don't even pay for it. So like I'm saying, it's never gonna work. This is never gonna work. This is not a business plan that's gonna build a sport or be successful. It's not. So we'll see what happens. over the years, if they keep going with it, if they keep attempting this, but Turkey just keeps funneling it, money into it. But I don't. There's no success here.
And you know what's funny about this whole pay-per-view argument? And Turkey said this, Turkey lied, Turkey didn't lie. Turkey on the sheet has enough money that if he wants, he can take his stuff to another platform. It doesn't have to be on the Zone, and it doesn't have to be on the Zone. He could take his card to another platform where it would be shown for free.
You know, I keep. I mean, this is something we keep talking about, right? We keep talking about. It doesn't make any sense to us. I mean, you know, there's a reason why it doesn't happen. I don't know what that reason is. Whether the money's not what we think it is, or for other reasons, I don't know. But it's not happening for a reason, because I find it hard to believe, right, that if he really had this money to spend, remember, it's not. Everybody keeps telling me it's not about money. He has all the money in the world. Does all this. There's a better way to do this then. And it's like, I'm not some business genius with boxing. I'm not. But I mean, there's guys that see it, right? Like DeBella, he sees it. He's like, I don't get the play they're doing here. No one gets it. It's just common sense. You can take this somewhere else and you get so much more viewership. And maybe build something, right? Like you're trying to build something, but they're not doing that. And they keep basically blocking it, putting a wall around it. They keep putting a wall around it on a product that no one wants to see. It's the strangest business thing. It's like, hey, I have something that no one wants to see. And you're like, well, let's just put a wall around it. You're like, wait a minute, but no one wants to see it already. Let's keep building walls around it. I don't understand it.
All right, joining us now, Matt, before you respond here, we have Bellini Award winner, friend of the show, sometimes guest host, host of the longest running boxing podcast on YouTube, The Boxing Source, J.R. Bell. JBZ, how you doing today?
Yeah, what's going on, folks?
Yeah,
talking about this whole DAZN thing, and EzRaw kind of like alluded to it. You know, this thing with DAZN is like they really like deal with more about like world sports and stuff like that, and boxing is like almost at the very bottom of the totem pole when it comes to that. They get those contracts as far as like acquiring broadcast rights for some of these sports in these other countries, so that they could get the TV revenues from that. Boxing is not really part of that plan, unless if it's like a secondary thing. Like for example, when you had Tank versus Ryan Garcia, right? And they say Ryan has a contract with DAZN. So what ends up happening is, like when they had the pay-per-view, you had, what was it, at this time, Showtime, that had the US rights, but DAZN had the rights elsewhere. Pretty much like it happened the same way with, what was that, Wilder versus Fury? So you're not necessarily going to get that much investment from DAZN in the US market like that, unless if something drastically changes. But they're concerned about soccer, or maybe getting MLB in Canada, or the NBA in Japan and stuff like that. But outside of that, they really don't, put too much into boxing, at least not right now.
Yeah,
they haven't done so.
Here's for your argument for flat though. If they're concerned about the international audience and they getting all this stuff from soccer and all these other ventures, why aren't they charging those fans more money, since those are people that's actually consuming their product?
You say, why talking about those? Wait, hold on. When you're asking the question, why aren't you charging those fans more money? Because the demand is there for it. Pretty much the demand is there for it. But the thing is, you can still make the money off of that. You brought up the whole thing as far as like, what was it? Mike Copper just saying that, you get this, Ortiz versus Lubin, and the rematch with Eubank versus Ben, and then the Ring 4, with Benavidez Yard, and that be the same price as like a WWE pay-per-view. So, I mean, either way, it's more about what the consumer is willing to pay for. And the other side to it.
Hold on. There's no evidence and no history that the consumer is willing to pay for this stuff.
No. But that's the thing. I think this is admitting something. I got to be honest with you. This is admitting something. They're admitting that boxing isn't working. I think this is what they're admitting. They're admitting that, hey, who would buy this premium subscription? Only boxing fans. You get DAZN, you get all the other sports, which is paying for DAZN. What they're telling you is we're not making any money off this boxing thing. So we're going to offer, if you really want to watch boxing, if you have the thing, we're going to offer you additional money to watch it because we're not making any money off that. We're making all the money off everything else we have is they feel like returns some kind of value to them. They're basically telling you boxing isn't working for us. So we're going to offer an additional thing for anyone that wants to pay for it. And we'll see how it goes with that people paying for it. Right. But that's basically what they're admitting. They're admitting that this isn't working. This is the one sport they put money in that's not returning value to us. I think that's what this is.
I'll be honest with you.
Well, it's part of that.
I'd rather they get out of boxing.
Well, good luck with that. Well, it's part. But the other thing is that you still have to run into the issue of how you're going to take care of the cost, regardless if it's DAZN or anybody else. You still have that same price point. Like you said with the thing with the $44.99, it's not much different than what happened with Showtime. Not much different what's happening with Amazon Prime. You still have to deal with that price point because you still have to pay out who you need to pay out, regardless of who the fighters are and what the event is.
Would we say streaming has been positive or negative for boxing?
Negative.
Right?
Ooh.
I think streaming's been pretty...
From a viewership standpoint, negative.
Pretty obvious. I think to me, pretty obvious is negative. Right? Pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's negative. But you're like I said, what else can they do? Because
I get that.
You got the.
I do want to add another voice
say?
to the conversation. I do want to add another voice to the conversation quickly. We have host of the Sunday Morning Sermon and host of the RNS podcast, TY. Follow him at Twitter as Mr. Keep It 100 Boxing. What do you got to say on this?
Y'all tripping, man. So basically, I got a lot to say. For one, so basically, you telling me boxing on the zones of WNBA getting subsidized? That's what you're telling me, right?
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Okay. And two, I'm listening. I've been listening for since y'all started. So get it. Turkey ain't perfect, but y'all complaining about the one guy that's want to spend money. Oscar, the other guys don't want to spend a fucking dollar on the sport. And y'all kiss their ass.
That's not true though.
They don't spend a dollar on the sport.
That's not true.
Come on. Okay, $2. Ezra, listen. No, hold on. Ezra, my guy. Ezra been telling me for 2 years we're going out of business. Now he's saying Top Rank going out of business. PBC put on 5 shows a year. But y'all shit on the guy that's actually trying.
Let me ask you a question.
How does that make sense? That don't even make sense.
But wait, Ty. Okay, just question. Is boxing in a better spot because of Turkey?
Yes.
No, it's not.
No. Listen. No, can I get my foot out? Listen. If it wasn't for Turkey right now, how many fights would we be getting? We got what fights we got to see one for him? We got 5 PBC. We got 5 PBC cards.
Honestly, okay, but I'll be honest with you.
We got 5 PBC cards.
I think you would get these fights spread out the right way they're supposed to be.
Let me answer this question.
Go ahead.
If we didn't have Turkey, we would get more events, not less events.
I think so.
More events where? On ESPN?
I think that you would get wait. Ty, I think you would get these fights that we're having on one card spread out through a schedule. I really do.
On what channel? What channel?
We would have had ESPN. You had DAZN. You had
they left.
Amazon,
they left the sport.
Had all those things.
ESPN left the sport.
Okay. He didn't add anything. He didn't add any channels. Since he's came, we've lost channels.
Hold on, Ash. You know what? Hold on, real quick. You know why we lost channels? Because the promoters saying, you know what? You gotta invest my money. They're gonna give me the money.
No, they weren't investing money.
That's not exactly.
They were investing money. They were getting money too.
It is true. It is true.
No. Because Top Rank lost ESPN because TKO had an inside man at ESPN that convinced ESPN not to negotiate with Top Rank. And then as soon as UFC got that contract with Paramount, they hired away the guy from ESPN, Matt Kenny, to come over and work for them at Paramount. That's why Top Rank lost their deal at ESPN. If you want to, if you really want to go behind the scenes,
that's Turkey fault.
I didn't say it's Turkey fault. Did you hear me say that was Turkey fault?
It's Turkey fault they can't make Jerron Anderson Vergil Ortiz.
No, but here's the thing though, right? Here's the thing. When Turkey comes in, right, and I get you, like he got some fights where you're like, oh, well, look at these cards. I get it. But the problem is that there was a business, right? Because here's the problem is with boxing now. We basically have to talk business every time we talk the sport now. Because why though? Because the sport's dying. Now what Turkey did is he came in and he threw money, right? And he said, hey, come over here. Well, the fight's in Saudi. Come over here. We'll make these fights that aren't getting made. But there was a reason why some fights weren't getting made. Like, look at Vergil, Bivol. You know, I agree with you on that. We wouldn't have got that fight, I don't think, without Turkey. I don't think we get that fight. But the reason why we wouldn't have got that fight is because they wanted an insane amount of money to make that fight, and they weren't worth the money that was. There's a business to it. He eliminated profitable business that these guys were doing, smart business to grow the sport that made these guys earn the audience, work for an audience, and build a sport. He eliminated that. So now what they do, the guys are just going to him, getting funneled, but you're not building any names. You're not trying to build any audience because you know the money's coming from this guy. That's the truth.
So why Bivol? Here you go. Why Bivol promoter and Eddie Hearn and Viterbi promoted at the time and what's his name? Bob Merriman make the fight with each other.
Because Ty, they weren't going to make any money from it because the money that they wanted.
Exactly.
So that's fine because that's but Ty, that's a business though. So you have to earn the audience. So then you go a different direction to build it, or the fighters give in and say, "I'll take what's there." But doing this, like entering fake fluff money and then not building an audience and not caring about that is killing the sport.
No. Hey, Ez, I'm not saying you wrong, Ez, but y'all, it's like y'all focus on Turkey, but don't focus on Eddie. Y'all don't focus on Oscar. Y'all don't focus on Bob. You don't focus on PBC that's put on fucking fights. Y'all don't focus on them, though.
No. That's not true, though, because I've been negative on Oscar. I've been negative on Eddie, but the truth is now, with Eddie, he's going to go to where the money is easy. That's what all these guys are going to do. They're going to go to where the money's easy.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree. But Turkey's entering this money that's not real with no plan. He doesn't have no business acumen on boxing.
Money, yo. I mean, the thing about it is with Turkey, it gives them an opportunity to either lease their fighters out or lease a card out. He's almost like how the TV networks are, because what happens with these Matchroom cards or Top Rank cards or Golden Boy cards is they'll have something that they put together, matchmaker, promoter, or whatever it is, and then they submit it to a network. If the network's cool with it, they'll be like, "All right, bet we'll put it on the network and see what happens." If not, then it just gets rejected. Now with Turkey,
y'all are lost on what's happening.
They don't necessarily have to deal with that on that front, but at the same token, given the platform that they're currently using, you still have that paywall. So that's the thing about it, is that you don't, since like for example with the events in Saudi, right? Like not all of those will be on a paywall, but depending on what they have as the event, it will be on a paywall. Like how they changed the thing here for November 22nd. Originally, it was supposed to be $3.99. Now it's on the paywall.
It was never going to be free. He lied. What are you going to get that through your fucking thick skulls? He lied.
Hey, hold on.
Promotion line for 100 fucking years. So what? You crying?
Did he say that?
You're a fucking boxing fan.
He said it and then he retracted it. All right. I'm just putting out the fact right there with that. That's it, and that's all.
Here's what you guys are missing. This is all going according to plan to Turkey. What he wants to do is kill these markets in boxing so that he can scoop up everything for cheap. His plan is working just fine. And you got people like Todd defending him.
No, I'm not.
Because he don't know no better. He don't know no better, man.
And your man, listen, your man Oscar allowed it, Al allowed it, and Bob allowed it. Because they put their hand out, they allowed it. If they ain't want to happen, they should have put their fucking money up. They already had network deals, all the fighters. So what are we talking about?
Wait, you telling me that PBC not putting their own money up?
I'm not saying money. They're not putting events up. What we got? We got 8 events in 2 years. Whoop de doo. Give them a cookie.
Okay.
How many events we got? How many events we got in 2 years? Here we go. They are number one. They are the big league. So why are the big leagues getting an excuse for putting on shit shows and no shows? Why they get a pass? They're the big leagues.
Who's put on shit shows?
See, they put no shows on. When the last show they had?
No, you said they put on shit shows.
You talking off one word I said. When the last show they put on?
Hey, they need more shows.
No, answer my question. When the last show they put on?
Bro, I
No,
agree with you.
no. Can't answer my question. Answer my
I
no.
agree with
You
you. They
capping.
need to put
Answer
on
my
more
question.
shows.
What
They
month?
need
What
to,
month?
they need
What
to put
month?
on more shows.
Okay.
I
So
agree with you.
here we go.
They need to
Hold
put on more
We
on.
shows.
can't hear you, Ez.
One more thing. If you can go on. Why are we not hiring? Why we not like we want with Turkey? What about the motherfucker that got the all the fighters? That's the A team. They should be. We should be criticizing them, not the Raiders.
Why wouldn't we be criticizing him? Listen. He is the cause of a lot of things behind the scenes in boxing that nobody wants
All
to
right,
talk
man.
about
All right. I
because they're
forgot I'm
afraid of
talking to.
reprisal.
I forgot I'm talking to.
Listen, people are afraid of reprisal, so they're not going to say things out loud. He killed the UK boxing scene.
I agree with
He
you. I
suffocated
agree
the
with you.
American boxing scene. Bro, this is what he wants to do.
Okay. I mean, all right. I just think if people went by like if Lubin said the other day when we were talking, if I'm not trying to pick on PBC, but if Tank and Earl and all them dudes did they was supposed to do, Turkey wouldn't have no foot in the game. They want to be rappers and do other shit, so it's fucked up. The game over. Get
It's
in,
not
get in when you
over.
fit in. Get in when you fit in.
It's not over. I think it's going to be interesting. I think right now, Thanos is winning the Infinity War, but the Avengers, they come out on top in the end. Just remember that.
Okay, Matt, I agree with you, Matt. I get it, but it's just like, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I want to say this. I don't listen. I think that you're right, Matt. I think what we're talking about is kill the markets and you have control over all this. I don't know that I'll be honest with you because sometimes it's the only thing that would make sense to me that they did that. I don't know that he's necessarily even doing that. I don't think they have any sense of what they're doing. That's what I think. I don't think they have any sense of what they're doing. I think he just wants. I think Turkey wants to be the face of boxing. I think Turkey wants to be the Dana White of boxing. I think that's what he wants, and that's what I think. I don't see some grand scheme really to turn this all around. I don't see it. There's just some moves. You would have to do some moves to do that because honestly, right now he could pull the rug on boxing right now.
Exactly.
The rug on boxing. He's not doing it. He's not doing it. So I just think they're just it's a slow death with a guy trying to be the face of something that doesn't know how to grow it. That's the truth of it. That's honestly because you would stop giving money to these promoters because the promoters are collecting checks from this. They are piling money up. So you eliminate the competition and it'll take all that away from them. And I just don't see that.
I told you what they need to make this work.
Yes, I agree with you.
And they didn't do it.
They didn't do it.
They hitched their wagon to the wrong horse.
I agree with you.
It is what it is, and it's not working.
It's not working. And they hitched a wagon to the wrong network. And to be fair, DAZN did this originally, right? DAZN did something what Turkey did, but in a smaller form, was overpay for fights and then bring their stuff over there. And we know that the viewership went down because we had the perfect test sample with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez's numbers dipped major when he went to DAZN. We know that. We all know that. Okay, there's no arguing that. They did that with they took everything they took over there died. Mikey Garcia lost over there. No one even knew that Mikey Garcia had lost over there. It's its own world. The fact that he went in and committed with this network, maybe because there was the only one that would let him in like that, there's nowhere to grow from here. He's just doing an extreme what DAZN already did. He's doing it to an extreme. I know people say, oh, well, PBC tried to overpay, but PBC did this on networks people can actually watch. And a lot of the times, it paid off for them because they were still being profitable. This right here is dying.
As I get what you're saying, but on this note too, I get it. People don't know the network, but don't tell me a person can download the app. My 11-year-old son can download. He probably got more apps phone than you do. So,
Ty, so why can't DAZN even crack 500,000 US subscribers?
You know why, right? Because listen, and I bet you, right, if we did a little poll with regular boxing people, not us nerds, they probably still didn't come on HBO. Bet you half will say HBO, Showtime. That's the average casual fan that watch boxing. Oh, HBO, right? They don't know it. They don't know it's off ESPN.
But But here's the thing, right? And this is why I was talking about the streaming, right? Because streaming separate. One thing that boxing already is it's separate. It's all broken up, right? Streaming separated even more. You had one guy here, but at least when it was on ESPN, right? And then you have it on Showtime, and you have Crawford and Earl Spence, and they're talking contracts. At least you're getting contract talk on ESPN and Showtime at the same time. So it's almost a connected storyline. You're getting two different audiences, two different things, two options. On DAZN, when I laugh with Vergil Ortiz and Boots arguing a contract, is no one's watching you argue this contract. No one is listening to it. When you're on HBO and Showtime, right, at least everything was getting funneled to one thing. One thing was focused on advertising that thing. It all felt connected in a way, right? Now everything's separated. Okay, that was already bad. Separating everything, hard to make fights. But they're at least on ESPN and Showtime. Even I'll take Amazon, right? Even if you're on Amazon. But now it's all separated and everything's on DAZN. No one's gonna watch it. It doesn't work for the sport. The sport needs a funnel system. You have different motors, everything, but it funnels to one thing. And this DAZN, no one's gonna buy the app because it can't advertise. Have you seen a DAZN commercial? When you watch NFL, you see a DAZN commercial. When you watch a DAZN commercial, they can't advertise. That's a key point. You have to be able to advertise these fights. They can't advertise the fights. They can't advertise their network. No one knows it exists. I know you said that your son downloads a bunch of apps, but because he's heard of the apps, because he's seen that. You don't know what DAZN is. No one's going to go just download DAZN. DAZN's been around forever. I can still go bring it up to people. They won't know what the hell I'm talking about. They don't know what I'm talking about. It's impossible to get this going. And in the U.S., you're trying to build it off of boxing. That's not going to work. It's not going to work.
It'll never work, and it hasn't worked, and it's not going to work.
All right, well, start watching boxing. Start watching boxing. Go watch the Nick. Go to Nick's Twitter then. Bye.
Hey, listen. let me tell you something. I will barely watch anymore. Trust me when I tell you. You ain't gotta worry about me.
Bye.
You ain't gotta worry about me.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Go watch Jalen Brunson break your heart.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. DAZN, a Matchroom, all the guys on there should be funneling all their stuff to guys like us that support and watch this sport and talk this sport basically for free, right? Actually, it kind of cost me money, I'll be honest with you, to talk this sport. But it cost me money. Like I said, it's only cost me money and time with my family. That's all this cost me. But all I'm saying is they should be funneling to us because they cannot advertise, okay? But bringing in guys and then saying, oh, you're on DAZN now, well, then that doesn't make any sense. You got to take DAZN and spread it out, not bring it in. You got to take it spread out. They should be giving me all their content. They should be giving us all their content. We should be allowed to talk about it. We should be allowed to do breakdowns on it, but they don't do that. They don't let you do breakdowns on their stuff. They don't let you advertise their stuff.
Did they just add Queensberry Promotions with the deal?
Yep.
Yeah, another one. As they say, another one. So, as I said before, we'll see how it goes when the actual product itself, DAZN, doesn't really invest that much into boxing in comparison to all the other sports that they, try to get their contract broadcast rights to. So we'll see how it goes here within these next couple years.
Yeah.
So from one subscription deal to another subscription, or not, I said lack of subscription. We saw Top Rank bouts are going to be broadcasted on the Top Rank Classics free ad-supported streaming TV app in the U.S. This is going to be available on the Roku channel, Tubi, and Vizio. So we saw this start last week, I believe. It'll continue next week. Matt, let's start with you. Is this a win for Top Rank?
Oh, this is a huge win for Top Rank. And it's a huge win for boxing fans because when PBC left Showtime, and they had their deal with Amazon, we went almost a whole half a year without being able to watch our favorite PBC fighters. So I love that Top Rank are keeping their fighters not only busy in the meantime, but they're putting them in a place where everybody can watch it for free. I think that's a huge move for boxing and a huge W for Top Rank.
I think it's good for fans. I think it's really good for fans. I think it's great for the fans. You're going to be able to watch these fights, and we know the tension fight, which is a fight I'm really excited about. We're going to be able to watch that, and it's going to be easy access to it. I think that's great. As far as like good for Top Rank, I mean, I don't know. I guess compared to not being able to view it anywhere, I guess that's comparative to where they were at. Then I'm with you on that. But as far as for the fans, I'm with you. Like, I hope that this gets a lot of viewership. I hope because of easy access to it and everything like that. And you know, one thing they did last time for the I think the mayor fight, which was pretty good. Is they had a lot of like advertisement on Twitter, like, oh, this is where you can see the fight. If you go here, and they explained it pretty well. So you can, you know, a lot of times I see it's funny that these social medias are like really, really not great. And you would think that that's the one spot where you could be pretty damn good at, right? You could put some money into advertising, and they're not that great at it. Like DAZN and Matchroom and all them, they don't do it that well. But I liked the way Top Rank did it. But like I said, it's a good spot for not showing anything at all. It's a good spot for that. But like I said, for the fans, I think it's pretty good.
So does this mean that we're gonna stop getting those good luck tweets? Or something like that?
Hey, we got a congrats tweet last night for Tiger Johnson.
Yeah, congrats tweet. You know, congrats to Tiger Johnson, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Guess well, we had a recent news in reference to a fight that involves the top ranked fighter. So maybe that gets put on the network, and then we got one other announcement for another world champion. What was it? Espinosa supposed to be on there or something like that?
Yeah,
Espinosa. So I mean, we'll see how they kind of like build that particular channel and see if that works for them, or if they're gonna continue to look for another broadcast deal.
T.Y., what are your thoughts on this deal for Top Rank?
Well, it's great to me because I've been pumping Tubi. I've been liking Tubi and watch the HBO series, so I like Tubi. I like it. It's easy, accessible. You know what I mean? Download it, just like DAZN. You download both of them, but one is free, one not free. It is what it is.
Now, let me ask you a question, Ty.
Matt gonna pump up one and hate another one. You know how Matt goes.
Let me ask you a question, Ty. Who's gonna be a bigger star on Tubi, Top Rank or Gravy?
Gravy. He like Denzel.
Okay.
Listen, Denzel. But no, I like that though. But like, I really like the Tubi thing because Tubi is accessible to everybody. So I like it. I mean, it's a good move.
Hey, I look at it this way: if Tubi and Roku, if Tubi's good enough for the Super Bowl, it's good enough for boxing. So,
and don't the guy ain't Tubi owned by Fox, right?
Yes.
So they could do like some. So couldn't they buy commercial time if they had a big fight?
Yes.
What Tubi? Yeah, they do that.
Okay.
They've been having those ads like Chad. Who's Chad?
Yeah. I seen that.
Question from the listener. His friend Rosebud Ice Cream says, Matt, do you know how long the length of this deal is, or maybe rephrasing that, how long their fights will be broadcast on Top Rank Classics before they maybe move to a more standard traditional TV deal?
First quarter of 2026.
Oh wow! Let's get a date. Let's lock in a date, Matt. Let's lock in a date.
First quarter of 2026. You will see Top Rank on another platform.
Okay, by March 31st, Ezra. By March 31st.
Yeah. So will we get an announcement this year? Well, we might not see it on that thing, but we get an announcement this year.
I don't work for Evan Korn. I couldn't tell you that. If I were you, I would send a message to Evan Korn and ask Evan Korn, will we get an announcement this year?
Okay, all right.
He might save it for his files.
All right. Listen, of all the people here, I am going to own this premium subscription. I'm just curious if I'll be watching Top Rank on it. That's what I'm curious.
Yeah. Hey, listen. All I know is we could now see Tenshin Nasukawa versus Takuma Inoue for free in the U.S. And we can see Rafael Espinosa versus Arnold Kagai for free in the U.S. That's all I know.
This is true.
All right. Next topic we have here for the week is the UFC being under federal investigation for a betting scandal. Reports of multiple fights being fixed throughout the year. I believe I read that they were investigating fights What was that, Matt?
I didn't say a word.
Oh, my bad. I thought I heard something. So we're seeing that they're being investigated for fight fixing. TKO, UFC's parent company, they're planning on getting into boxing here in 2026. What are your thoughts on the overall story and how it could impact their move into boxing?
You the UFC guy, Ezra. Take it away.
Well, this isn't the first betting scandal they've had in the sport. What's the guy's first? I know it's Krause. James Krause was a trainer who was giving insider information and getting paid for it to like a group chat where he was doing betting. And then there was a speculation that even some of his fighters threw fights. So I think
Hold on, Huey. You don't have like a mute option, Huey?
No, my bad, Joe. I apologize. My bad. I apologize. Go ahead.
And then so this isn't the first time this happened. Now, when boxing, throwing a fight and taking a dive, I think it's a little bit harder in boxing because you got to act out the punch and the thing, and it never looks great. Like, you know what I mean? Like every time you've seen an obvious dive, it looks like an obvious dive. In MMA, it's a lot easier because the grappling, you can go to the ground and give up a spot, and really to the untrained eye, they probably won't even see it, right? It just looked like he got tapped out.
Well, not only that, if someone takes you to the ground in MMA, it doesn't hurt as much as being punched in the face.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So you could take me to the ground for real, and then get your little hold on, and I'll tap out.
Exactly. There's always a spot where you get tapped out, and people, like I said, like I could go in the jiu-jitsu gym right now and give up a spot, and sometimes people would just be like, "Is he just not know how to protect that spot, or is he throwing it?" It's really impossible to tell. It really is. It's really hard to tell. No. Do I think how far is this going to go to hurt the sport? They're in good graces with the people that are investigating it. So I don't know that it's going to be like an all-on attack on it. I think that people, most part, they're going to say, "Look, we got out the guys that did it, and we don't have to worry about that going forward." As far as that, and like as far as getting into boxing, I don't think the business, like I don't think it's obvious that it's not the UFC doing it; it's the fighters doing it. And I said it's harder to do in boxing. I just can tell you right now, it's harder to take dives in boxing because it's easier to see. It's harder to act out these punches and stuff like that. So in MMA, I think it's easier to do. Is there a chance that we're seeing this more often? I don't know. I don't know if these guys are going to keep taking the chances that they see that people are on it.
Yes,
but yeah, this isn't the first time that we had this problem.
We will continue to see this in UFC. We will continue to see this in UFC. And guess what? We're going to see this in Zuffa boxing also. You know why? Because of the pay scale. Because of the pay scale. These guys are not making that much money. So if they can make a little bit extra money by taking a dive, they're going to take a fucking dive. You'll never see Canelo Alvarez or Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence or one of these guys take a dive. Because first of all, boxers are way too prideful and they make too much money. But these UFC guys who are basically, if they don't fight for a few months, they're in line of the soup kitchen. Of course they're going to take a dive. Of course they're going to give away inside information. Of course they might carry a fighter more rounds. I think we should be very concerned with this move into boxing because I was listening to the TKO earnings call this past week, and they said that they're expecting to see the same margins in Zuffa boxing that they have with UFC. So if you're going to be seeing the same margins, what does that mean? You run a business, Ezra. What's your biggest cost?
Labor.
Exactly. Control the labor, control the cost, control the profit. They are going to screw over the labor, and that is going to make guys more susceptible to get caught up into these gambling scandals.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think that's a very good point. I mean, that's what opens it up, right?
I don't think I'm misquoting it. I might be, but 12%.
It was like 5 people talking at once. I didn't hear you.
Beezy, you go.
I said, so we're not going to get the finger poke of doom again?
Nah, come on. Come on, man.
And Matt, I was just speaking to your point. I believe the number is 12% of the UFC's revenue is fighter pay.
Come on. Hey, Ezra, you would kill for that kind of margin in your business.
I'd be in a different room right now. I wouldn't be flying Spirit to San Antonio. I'll tell you that right now.
Hey Matt,
oh my God,
I love the point you made, man. I never thought of that. I always thought about like a dive in boxing or in MMA. It doesn't be like you get knocked out. I never thought if I'm fighting a bum, I just carry him to the distance. It's plus money, right?
Yeah,
I didn't think about that, man. Or the over under 9.5. I carry him to the 10th round, 11th round, then knock him out. I just never thought about that carrying the motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Carry him. It's the easiest way to do it.
I mean,
like what was it that promoted at Plus Event in Canada for
Yoenis Tellez.
Tellez was accused of this, of carrying a guy.
Tellez was carrying the guy, But you'll never get boxers to take a dive because here's the thing. In boxing, if you lose, that hurts your marketability a lot. And that hurts your earning potential a lot. So you're not going to see guys take a dive like that. And I'm not giving you a free shot to punch me in the face and knock me out. Hell no.
Any other thoughts on this before we go on to the next topic? We spent a lot of time on the first one, so moving through these a little quicker makes sense.
I mean, what, EzRaw has a hard out again at 1?
All right, so next up, what are your thoughts on the Gervonta, Tank Davis, Jake Paul fight being canceled? And who should replace Tank, if anyone?
Can I start on this, Matt?
Whoever wants to start. EzRaw, go for it.
Tank's an idiot. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's one professional in there, and that was Jake Paul. And Jake Paul's continue, even though it's all mostly circus stuff, to be a professional. If Jake Paul signs a name on a deal, he gets there. Tank Davis is he's an unreliable person. I think he's dumb. I don't think he's a good person. It doesn't sound like from things like that. That's alleged, but that doesn't sound like a good person. But I think that everyone looking at doing business with him going forward is going to be a little hesitant, be a lot more hesitant than they were before. I think that if you're going to replace someone for Jake Paul in this fight, I think it's Francis Ngannou. I know that's crazy. I know people think that's insane, whatever. I think Jake Paul's going to take a beating from Tank. I think that he probably takes a beating from Ngannou, right? But
what?
Yeah, I think he takes a beating from Ngannou, but I think that fight sells. I think that fight's bigger than Tank. I got to be honest with you.
EzRaw, I hate to break it to you. That fight won't go the way you think it's going to go.
All right.
Jake Paul will sleep Francis Ngannou.
Man, I don't know.
Jake Paul will sleep him. Are you kidding me? Yo, EzRaw, how long are you going to fall for the MMA guy trick?
Well, I'm just telling you right now. First of all, I never fell for it. I always pick Jake Paul versus all MMA guys, so I never fell for that. But when I would say this, there is a, like, when you're fighting a Mike Perry, I get it, right? Like, you know, Mike Perry is a tough guy in MMA, likes to throw his hands, but you know, not really that good. Ngannou, he really hits. Like, he really could crack. He's not gonna just fold from getting to hit from Jake Paul. Like, Jake Paul could land that right hand, he ain't gonna fold Ngannou. He's not Anthony Joshua. Okay, you're not gonna fold Ngannou. And Ngannou's comfortable with the hands. Like, he's not bad with the hands. He's not a fighter that's like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. No, he's all right. He's all right, bro. That'd be a tough fight. I'll just say that'd be a tough fight for Jake. If Jake pulled that off, I give him a lot of credit. If he pulled that fight off, but I think that fight's huge. Like, I think that if you make that fight, I think that's a really big fight. I think that's something that Netflix would buy. I know people saying, oh, they want to do a Netflix fight, and then they bring up Nate Diaz. Like, Netflix is not going to buy a Nate Diaz fight. That already happened. They're not going to do that. A lot of these guys they brought up, Netflix is not going to buy. They'll buy a Francis fight.
Okay. Well, Francis Ngannou will get slapped by Jake Paul. But what I will say about this Tank situation,
bro, that's insane to say. That's insane. It really is. Like, it's really insane to say.
What I will say about this Tank situation, I think the time has passed, and the time has come and gone where you could rely on Tank for anything.
Yeah.
You know, if he shows up, we'll have him. We'll watch him. Best of luck. But you can't build anything around him. You can't, because he's too mercurial. He's too mercurial, you know, and maybe he needs to sit down. Sit down for a little while. Sit down for a year. Come back in a year. We'll see you in a year, Tank. Get your mind right. We'll see you in a year, man. But I'm done. Now, who should replace Tank? If I'm Jake Paul, I go with Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero, the sleep god himself.
You think that
Ronald Whitaker? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sign up for KOs.
Yeah. Now Rolly, he'll sleep Jake Paul. Okay. He'll sleep Jake Paul.
Oh man.
I think.
Are you sure he's not going to sweep PM for 12 rounds?
Are you gonna knock him out? I think Rolly would knock out Francis Ngannou.
What the hell's going on? What's happening right now?
Ty, you got something? Go ahead.
No, EzRaw, do you think Francis Ngannou is like 19-year-old Mike Tyson?
No, but bro, like, Francis Ngannou is 265 pounds. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this dude, He's a
He's
heavyweight.
not good.
Okay, whatever, right? Whatever, however that we. I don't think he's like a championship level boxer. Maybe not even contender status. I think he got Tyson Fury with Tyson Fury not thinking that fight was serious at all, not training at all, not in shape at all. But he was still good enough. Like, let me tell you something. Tyson Fury can fight a lot of guys, not be in shape, not take it serious everything, and smack him around the ring. Like, this guy was good enough to be like, hey, if you're gonna really mess around, I'm gonna be dangerous in here, bro. Let me tell you something right now. Rolly Romero cannot hurt Francis Ngannou. I'm sorry right now. He could maybe outbox him, move around the ring him, but he's not going to hurt him. So he's not going to knock him out. Jake Paul is not knocking out Francis Ngannou. I'm sorry. He's not doing it. He's not doing it. I'm sorry. Like,
if I'm Jake, I fight Anthony Joshua.
Bro, what are you trying to get him murdered? Like, he's not going to do that. Okay, he's not going to get murdered. Okay, he's not going to get murdered. Like, you understand? Like, the Francis fight, I think he'll lose, right? And there's a chance he gets knocked out. Okay, but with Joshua, he don't make it out the first round. You do not make it out the first round with Joshua. Joshua's going to put you to sleep in a horrible way. You see what he did with Francis? He's going to put you out in a horrible way, in a horrible fashion.
Now, the thing with Tank, and as Matt and I was out there for Tank's last fight and at the press conference for it, and we kind of like, well, at least I didn't realize at the time, but then they were pretty much like negotiating that whole thing with Jake Paul, right? So as far as like what this current news is now, my thing is Jake's team should have known about that before going forward with it, because he's had that past before. So that, like, whatever came out through the news or anything like that recently, that's happened before. So you already knew that risk coming into this. So once you make that decision, you pretty much made that risk. All right. The other thing is, according to reports, one issue that may have been the little robot is that it's reported that Jake Paul wasn't close to making a contracted weight. That's the word on the street that I got, or some people have, right? So they're like trying to scramble and say, hey, we can't get him to get to that weight. And right. As far as like this new date that they got, is Drake gonna make it to that December 14th date, Sunday night? Maybe Ngannou, possible. Someone else told me
is scared of Jake Paul. He doesn't want to fight him. Ngannou is scared. What are we doing here?
Man, I'm a you know what? I'm gonna click that.
Ngannou is scared. Yo, bro. The dude, hold on. The dude was on Twitter making excuses. Oh, it's disrespectful that you want to fight me. Bro, who the fuck is this guy? Who are you in boxing, Francis Ngannou? You're nobody.
You're disrespecting your favorite fighter by saying that. Because Francis Ngannou will get in the ring with Deontay Wilder. He'll get in the ring with Jake Paul. Now, Francis Ngannou is a guy that I think holds himself in high esteem. That's why when he fights a boxer, he wants to fight the top guy. When he fights MMA, he's trying to fight the top guy. I don't think he wants to get down to that level because he finds it embarrassing. I think that's what it is.
Hold on. So you admit he doesn't want to fight Jake Paul. So you admit he doesn't want to fight Jake Paul.
I think he thinks it might be below him. I'm not sure he's wrong about that. I think if he respects himself as a fighter.
Hey, listen. But he's gonna be below Jake Paul because he's gonna be on the canvas while Jake Paul's standing above him.
Crazy take. But I want to say this: the one thing about what JB said about, and I've heard a few things like, "Oh, Jake Paul couldn't make weight. They weren't selling." No. Hold up. They weren't selling tickets and everything. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not what happened here. Okay, Tank messed up the money. That's all that happened here. Tank messed up the money. They couldn't go forward with what they thought. They don't know that's going to come out or not of the story, and that's it. That's just honest truth. It wasn't Jake Paul. Jake Paul was there. He was going to fight. It wasn't ticket sales. They were going to make a bunch of money from Netflix. The viewership was going to be insane. It was going to pay out for Netflix. It's none of those things. The guy messed up the money. We didn't hear nothing canceling this fight until the one guy had the incident and it messed up the money. That's what it is with Tank. That's just honest truth. There ain't no one else to blame. No, nothing. It's the one guy. He allowed it to be the blame. As far as go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, as far as the Ngannou thing, like I think when Ngannou thinks that's below him, whatever. If I was talking to Ngannou about his career, I would say, hey, go take this guy out. People, I think it gets you right back in the limelight. I think it gets you the people talking about the UFC again, John Jones again, Aspinall again, and it gets you right here with the boxers because everybody's gonna love you if you go take this guy out. If he's willing to step in the ring with you, you should go do it. If it's on Netflix.
When was the last time Francis Ngannou even fought?
The last time he fought was on PFL. It was over a year ago, I want to say.
Come on, man. Nothing's beneath him. Come on.
I have a lot of respect for Ngannou. I do. I have a lot of respect for Ngannou. I think that this is a man that turned down a big UFC contract, maybe the biggest UFC contract, because he said, I want the fighters to get in the ring with me to make $1 million too. They got to make a certain amount of money too. The guys that step in the ring with me. I want these guys to have insurance to make sure to take care of the rest of their life. And because he didn't get that, he left. Okay, this is a guy that does stand for something. He does. He's not a guy that just goes and does whatever just to make money. That's not really been him. It really isn't. It's never been him. So, like I said, if he thinks
you know what? If he has the balls to step in the ring with Jake Paul, he'll be standing for that right hand and laying down for it.
All right.
Yeah, I have a request for the great producer of Brunch Boxing. If you can, please clip that rant from Matt about Francis Ngannou and just that last comment right there.
I flagged it after you said you wanted to clip it, so I got you.
I can't believe you think Francis Ngannou would beat Jake Paul. That's insane. That's fucking insane.
Could Jake Paul win that fight? Yes. Would he knock out Francis Ngannou? I don't
knock him the fuck out.
Francis Ngannou would put Jake Paul in the
bro. He can't box.
He doesn't have to box. He just has to brawl him. He just has to be really aggressive with him.
Okay. Jake
Paul won't be able to take the shot from a 265-pound Francis Ngannou, Matt.
Listen. Francis Ngannou versus Jake Paul ends up with Francis Ngannou face down.
But
that's how bad Jake Paul
is. This conversation we're having is why this fight would do astronomical numbers. Like, this is the fight Netflix needs.
All right. So we're trying to set a record for how many times we can talk about the same topic in consecutive weeks. Matt, what's the latest on Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson?
It's a done deal.
All right.
It's a done deal.
I've heard that before.
We have a date for it.
January 31st.
Oh, wow.
Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wow.
It's a done deal.
And I got it covered on my premium subscription?
That's a good question.
According to the rundown, this is the part I didn't read. The bout will be a DAZN pay-per-view.
That's what I'm saying. It says, is my premium subscription or is this a super pay-per-view? Just got to pay $30 more.
Come on, man. They're not going to do that. Even DAZN won't do that.
All right. We shall see. We shall see.
All right, we've talked about this fight enough. We don't think we need to spend a lot of time on it. So next up, what we're hearing is a grudge match in 2026 between Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant. EzRaw, let's go to you first. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Like I said, I don't think a lot of these guys have a lot left in their career at this point. You might as well just make this fight. I thought Jamal Charlo would fight Armendez. I was hoping he would kind of do that to kind of like, that's like a perfect fight to legitimize Resendez.
Yeah.
Combining his first and last name. Armando Resendez.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Maybe you should go with that. But that was a fight to me to legitimize that he's back, right? That he's really going to contend for titles and want serious fights. But the Caleb Plant, like I said, he looks way past it from last time I saw him. And I think that, like I said, the fight has name notoriety, has a thing to build on, the slap, and that works. So I'm not mad at it. I get it. But I thought Jamal, if I was pointing him, I'd go a different point of his career, go a different spot.
Well, I think Jamal Charlo has a lot left to give.
Okay.
And he's going to give some of that to Caleb Plant. I think Jamal stops him. And one thing I don't like about Caleb Plant is he's getting another new trainer. You never want to go into a big fight with a new trainer. I think that is always a recipe for disaster because I feel like it takes a couple fights before you get acclimated to that trainer and you have like a nice little rapport on what he needs you to do and stuff like that. So I want to see the fight next, and I think that fight would be a nice pay-per-view event.
Maybe hopefully it's thrown on my premium subscription. Let me tell you something. Signs of the end, we already know it. Training at the beach, becoming a trainer yourself, switching your trainers after every loss because you have to blame the trainer. You can't take you're just slowing down a little bit. That's a sign of the end. I tell you right now, this might look ugly for a Plant in this fight.
Beezy, you got anything to say on this fight?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Jamal Charlo for the win. I saw a lot there from Caleb Plant in his fight against Armando Resendiz. There was like some moments there late in the fight where it looked like Resendiz could have stopped Caleb Plant actually. And that kind of like says that there's like not that much behind the punch there for Caleb Plant right now. And that I don't know if it's something with conditioning or whatever it is. Like he had a little bit of issue with that too. So and changing trainers here at this point of his career, it might not be a good look.
It's kind of his ass kicked. But you know what? To me, this is the one fight in boxing that does not need any build up. We all sort of slap her around the world. They need to see each other. We all want to see it, And when Huey gets into the next fight, you'll see how it all links up. Go ahead, Huey.
Absolutely. So the next rumor bout we have is between Edgar Berlanga and Armando Resendiz being a PBC bout if finalized. Do we think that PBC could rehab Berlanga's career?
No, but they could get some money out of it.
Ezra did the real life Magic Johnson meme. I ain't gonna be here.
You get your last. It's like the toothpaste. When you start rolling up the toothpaste to make sure you get all of it out of it. That's what they're doing with Berlanga right now. They're rolling it up, make sure they're gonna get all the juice out that they can. Look at he's not that Berlanga's not gonna win that fight. It's a fun fight. Style wise, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a nice little build up, I think, to it. But yeah, Resendiz is gonna win that fight. It's gonna be too much for Berlanga. Berlanga is coming off of getting just a beat down. Respect to him to getting back in there with a guy that's a serious guy, not doing the tune-up route or anything like that. Getting in there with a serious guy, it makes sense. Okay, if he were to pull off this fight and he can fight the winner of Charlo Plant, that's good business. But maybe we get to the spot where I want to be, Charlo versus Resendiz. So I think this is good story building. This is good matchmaking, and we go from there.
Excellent story building. Excellent matchmaking. Huey, hit my music. Hey, listen, word on the street is that if all goes to plan, these two fights will be on the same card, and the winners will face off against each other.
Oh, that's
now, if that happens, I'm rooting for Charlo and I'm rooting for Berlanga. That's what I need.
Oh, come on, man.
The genius in that too is the build-up. All these guys are going to talk trash to each other. That's the genius of it. It's like you get those four guys on a stage together. Everyone's going to be talking trash to each other. This is perfect build-up to me. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, and everybody hates Berlanga.
What was the Oh shit!
So here's the thing, Berlanga or Charlo and Berlanga, I get why Matt would want that. That's an entertaining build-up. It's probably a really it's probably a good fight that Charlo can win.
Huey, I gotta tell you, I don't like the tone of your voice right now.
No, hold on. But I think the better outcome. The better outcome would be for Charlo and Resendiz to win. You would have them match up, and then you can get that Plant Berlanga matchup as well because they have history and they've been talking a lot about fighting too.
Hey,
you could have the winners and losers fight in that case.
What did I say last week? PBC's playing Moneyball. And let me tell you, they're making some interesting moves out here. They are making some interesting moves out here.
Let me say something about Caleb Plant's career. I don't know if you guys are horse racing fans, but if Caleb Plant's career was horse racing, and down the stretch they come. Okay.
I did too.
It's almost
over. I thought it was over. I thought he was calling it a day.
No, it's
almost over. Hey, you might be saying the same thing for Berlanga, especially if Armando Resendiz or Armandis will put Berlanga in the dirt. So
I don't think that fight gonna go the way I think it's gonna go. I think Berlanga beats him.
Let me tell you something. Resendiz might be a star at the end of this. Like honestly, playing Berlanga, and if he gets Charlo, might be a star at the end of this. This is quite the little move he can make. Quite little run he could go on.
Matt, you got anything to put a bow on this before the next topic?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I hope it all gets finalized. My best guess, and this is just me spitballing. I think that if this fight gets finalized, both of them, that it'll happen in April on the same card. Yeah, I think it'll happen in April on the same card, and then you'll probably go from like April to October or April to September, like with the winners.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And like I said, put the losers against each other. That was a good idea. Put the losers against each other. Good stuff, you.
Next up, Artur Beterbiev is in negotiations with IBA Pro, eyeing a B-ball bout in Russia. What are our thoughts on this? Ezra, you go first.
You know, Ty said if we went for Turkey, we wouldn't have got Bivol Beterbiev. Apparently not. You know what I mean? Apparently not. Apparently we get it with another promoter right here. We're gonna get number 3 with a different promoter right here. I don't know. Like I said, Bivol Beterbiev, both fights I've really enjoyed. If they make a third one, I'm not gonna complain. But I really want to see Benavidez get one of these guys. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I think if they do a fight, they need to do this fight by March. And for the latest, let's get this fight done. Dimitri Bivol obviously is out of traction right now. He's walking upright. So let's get this fight done. I heard that was the reason why the Dion Nicholson fight got canceled. Because remember, Beterbiev was supposed to be fighting in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then you heard speculation that Top Rank pulled him from the card. And turns out he wasn't even with Top Rank no more. So it's just interesting how that goes. IBA CEO President Al Siesta, he's very interested in making the fight. He wants to make the fight in Russia, probably Moscow, and I hope he could get it over the finish line. This would be a huge event in boxing. And you might actually have people show up to watch them fight this time.
That's crazy. A guy from Canada and a guy from Oxnard in Russia. Who would have thought?
In Russia. Oh, oh
JBZ,
man.
you got anything to say on this?
You know, as they say, man, the third fight between the two, hopefully it leads to the winner facing, David Benavidez after this November 22nd fight. Benavidez, of course, mentioned that he would be involved in these reality season events for these next few fights. So, after this fight with Yard, I don't know if he's going to get another fight in the interim while this one takes place, but I guess he would kind of like do that in getting prepared for the winner.
Maybe he will, but I have a feeling that David Benavidez will be back with PBC in time for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, wow. That's a good spot for him. I don't know who you'd fight, but
it could be possible. Yeah.
A fight that I would like to make. If you can't get those guys, there's a matchup on Cinco de Mayo that I think makes a lot of sense. And that is Zurdo. That is Zurdo Ramirez. I think that if you could get that fight, Cinco de Mayo versus Zurdo.
Can Zurdo come down to 175 again?
Come on, man. What are we doing here?
I don't want Benavidez going up.
Going up.
Let me tell you, I'm just saying, whatever, he's got to get creative. If he's not going to get Bivol Beterbiev that way, you got to start getting creative.
Bro, once Benavidez goes up, he's not coming back down. Then you could eschew the Beterbiev or Bivol fights forever.
No, maybe they'll go up. Money happens to make people do interesting things.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen, they offered all that money to Canelo to fight Benavidez, and he still didn't want to do it. So
that's because he had too much money.
Enough.
That's because he had too much money at that point.
All right. So this week we had the PBC virtual press conference for the upcoming card here, including Ramos Jr., Mosley Jr., but most importantly,
December 6th.
December 6th card. And it's most importantly here, though, we had some moments between Stephen Fulton and Oshaki Foster, started by our very own Matt Brown. We're going to cut to that clip now. Matt, do you want to set the stage?
Well, listen, December 6th, live from Frost Bank, San Antonio, Texas. Oshaki Foster, Stephen Fulton, EzRaw will be in the building. Play the damn clip. That Stephen Fulton had to move mountains to get this matchup on December 6th. What happened with that, man? How did this fight come about on this date so soon?
Because I mean, honestly, moving mountains is crazy. It don't even make sense to me, honestly. The fight was been supposed to happen. It ain't like my purse got bigger or smaller. It's like move mountains for what? The fight was already secured. You know, like I don't really get it. You know, but they gonna have to
But the fight
explain
wasn't
that.
secured on this date. I made it happen on this date.
Bro, I didn't need I didn't, bro. What was gonna happen was,
It
be
wasn't
real
about
with you,
what you
I was
needed.
gonna move on anyway. Like if this thing happened, so it ain't nobody making no accommodations for me, bro. Like
I made it for
I don't
myself and for
get.
the fight and for
Well,
the
say that
card.
for
That's what I did.
yourself. Say it for
That's
yourself,
what I
not for
did.
me.
That's
Not
what
for
I
me.
did
You
though.
ain't nobody gave me no extra bread or nothing like that,
I
bro.
ain't.
Acting like
Who cares if they
accommodations,
did, bro?
like,
Don't nobody know if they gave
cause
you
you
extra bread. I
talking
don't give
like
a
you
fuck if they
just
did.
made some shit happen, bro. You
I
ain't make
made the
nothing
fight
happen,
happen on
bro.
this date, bro. I made the fight happen on this
Well, I
date.
appreciate you, my G.
That's
But don't
it.
go on there
That's it.
talking like you just did some extra stuff for it. Like, come on, bro.
When have I
Like,
said
come
something
on,
like I
bro.
did some extra shit?
Man, I'm talking
When have you
about
heard me?
Pete,
When have you
whatever.
seen me
You know
write,
what I
tweet, or
mean?
anything? That been y'all tweeting
I'm just letting y'all
and
know.
going
Ain't
all this
nobody
back and
move
forth
mountains for
mouth, and it's always
nothing.
an issue and shit, man. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit.
Man, I'm just letting you know. I don't give a fuck
I'm
what you
not
trying
even
to
trying to
hear.
hear that shit.
I don't care what you trying to hear. I'm just letting
I'm
you
not
know. Ain't
trying to
nobody
hear it.
move mountains for me, boy. Like ain't nobody need
Bro, I made this shit
that.
happen.
Like
That's
nobody
final,
need.
bro.
Like, I don't know what you.
It's final. I
We
made it
made this
happen.
happen, boy. We pushed for this fight to be before the end of the
Okay.
year. Let's be real. We pushed for this fight to
Okay.
be before the end of
Okay.
the year.
Okay.
Y'all, you wanted to go to
You don't know
January,
what happened.
February, boy.
No,
Man,
no,
okay.
no, the fuck I
All
didn't
right.
want to go no January,
All
February.
right, man.
That's how I can
All right.
tell you don't know what you talking about, bro. You
All
just
right.
talking, bro.
All right. Yeah. All
As
right.
usual, bro. You just be talking,
All
bro.
right. I'm in
Talking, talking,
negotiations.
talking.
I know what's going on. I ain't
Talking,
behind
talking,
the
talking,
scene.
bro. Well, they must be fucking lying to you.
Ain't no way.
'Cause
What
I
the
ain't
fuck?
asking. I know, everybody already know. I ain't asking no January nor February. They was gonna try to push it to January, February. If it wasn't for me stepping the fuck up and keep making phone calls. I don't know what the fuck you did
Yeah,
on
if
your
it
end,
wasn't
but I
for
know what I did
you,
on my
yeah,
end.
if it wasn't for you, bro,
I know what I
whatever
did on
you
my end.
say,
I don't know what you did on
Mister,
your end.
you
I
so
know what I did on
cool.
my end though.
You got it, cool boy.
I know what I did on
You
my end.
feel me?
I know
You
what I
know
did on
what
my end though.
you got it, cool
I don't know
boy.
what you did on your end to make shit happen.
Motherfuckers
But
be
before
trying
you
to make
even say,
themselves seem so great.
before you even say I was trying to make it happen January, February, and these niggas lying to you. Nobody, why the fuck would I try to push it for January, February?
So you the only one try to push it to make
I
this
don't know
happen?
what you did. I'm
All
speaking
right
directly
then.
to
So stop
myself.
speaking like y'all
But you
speaking.
speaking on me as if you know I was just trying to get a fight happen in
Man, I'm
January,
just letting
February.
y'all know. I'm just letting you and everybody know. Ain't nobody move mountains for me, boy. Like that's all
Ain't
I'm letting
nobody
you
said
know.
move mountains for you. That's what I'm saying, bro.
All right,
Like,
I
what are you
got you, bro.
talking about?
All right, you moved mountains for yourself to make this fight happen. All
For
right, bet.
for the fight that happened on this card.
All right,
Oh, January, February shit, bro. I ain't never been one of
yeah.
them. Fuck, I need
Well,
extra,
see,
extra
niggas
weeks
need
and
to,
extra months for it.
people need to
So
be more
motherfuckers
specific
obviously
when they
lying
say
to
stuff.
you.
Nah, ain't nobody lying to me. You need to
You,
be, people need me be more specific when they say something.
yeah, but that's not
Yeah.
that ain't happen over here. That shit don't happen over here, bro.
That is great stuff. That is great stuff. Hey, I'll be honest with you. These guys are still in that card. I gotta be honest with you. Like these guys, we were talking about animosity, like general, like you want to see these guys in the ring fight each other. That's good stuff, man. You can't get better than that.
Yo, I have a prediction. The weigh-in or press conference fight week is going to get physical between them.
Oh, I think so. Oh, I think so. Oh, I think so.
It's
Oh,
going to get physical. It's going to get physical.
bro, I can't
Hey,
wait for that fight. I cannot wait for that fight. That is going to be good stuff, man.
hey, listen, man. I done got that refund for Miami. I should hit up American Airlines for a question about that. But listen, if that didn't tell you that you can't miss that fight, I don't know what could. Ain't nobody move no mountains for me, boy.
That's
Yo.
good stuff. That is good stuff.
Oh my God. Hey, I said this could have a potential to be like fight of the year, man. This buildup is like top notch, man. I'm telling you, ever since like that initial press conference, it had like Osaki be like had a chip on the shoulder, be like, yo, this ain't, Fulton versus Foster versus Fulton. I'm the champ. I'm the defending champ up in here. And y'all treat me like I'm second fiddle or something. I'm like, yo, he going in there like, hey, he got something to prove to like everybody. So yeah, this gonna be a firefight, bro.
I can't wait for it. I cannot wait for that fight.
All right. Next up here, we have Xander Zayas hosting a press conference on November 12th. He's going to announce his first title defense. It's going to happen in Puerto Rico. Reportedly, Matt, who is he going to face on this date?
Well, reportedly, according to the interwebs, he's going to be facing Abbas Barao in a WBA WBO unification bout.
That's a great fight. I like the way
Unification for
Xander
your first
moves.
defense is great.
Yeah, I like the way Xander moves. I got to be honest with you. I like the way Xander moves. I don't know if I'm like the highest on his ceiling on what he could be in the division and everything like that. Like I don't favor him against a lot of top guys, but this is a dude that it really is really trying to find out who he is and really thinks he is that guy. And that's great. I mean, that like I said, they were not trying to give him this fight. They were trying to give him something that they felt was easier or something a little lesser. And he said no. And you got to respect guys.
Supposedly, they were trying to give him Giovanni Centillion.
Yes, Centillion.
And not saying anything to Centillion, like he's a good fighter, but
he
I just
154.
Huh?
Not good enough for you to know his name.
Centillion, that's the name. No, like I said though, this is like Zayas. He's not playing around. He wants Fundora. I believe it when he says. Some guys say they want all these fights. I'm not really sure how much I mean it, how much they mean it. He means it when he says he wants these fights. He wants these fights. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. This is stuff to get excited about. This is what we need in boxing. You need hungry guys like this in boxing, and this is good stuff.
Well, not only that, I think it's very funny and ironic that when Xander Zayas wanted to fight Vergil Ortiz and Vergil or his team or whoever turned down Xander Zayas, Vergil said, get a belt, then come talk to me. Well, now he's fighting for 2 belts.
Yep.
Mere months later. And Vergil still hasn't fought for a belt yet. So I do find it's funny how sometimes in boxing, sometimes the rabbit got the gun and you out here looking crazy. So now, hold on, because when Xander Zayas, when he big bros or big boys Vergil Ortiz, I don't want to hear nobody claiming that Xander Zayas is trying to duck Ortiz. Well, no, it's just turnabout fair play.
I gotta be honest. We got to point out Vergil. Same thing with Fundora. I mean, I seen him at Fundora's fight. I seen that there. He was calling him out. I mean, there's really no reason why we couldn't get that fight. Same thing. Like I'm saying, to me, I don't favor him in any of those fights. I gotta be honest with you. I don't favor him in either of those fights we're talking about. But he seems like the guy that wants him more than the other 2 guys talking. That's an odd. It's kind of odd.
Well, hey. I mean, given the situation, I think this is something for Top Rank. Being able to make that move to get this unification. First title defense for both, and it's unification. So that's one thing. Second, on the thing with Zayas and Fundora for the money, with the Zoo rematch. I don't blame him for that. But Zayas, wants to challenge himself. That's why he turned down the Centillion fight. So now he's going up here against Abbas Barao. And the thing with Vergil Ortiz Jr., it's an interesting situation because on one end they're saying after his fight that he had against Israel Majimov, oh, we're gonna take a break, take some time off, injure his hand and this and that, and then all of a sudden, oh, now he's ready to challenge everybody. He's ready to challenge Xander. He's ready to challenge Boots. He's ready to challenge Sebastian Fundora as the WBC interim champ, but but you said something completely different earlier, so I found that to be like a real interesting situation. But for Xander to be about 22, 23 years old and to potentially be a unified champion at 154 pounds, that would be a really big move for him. And for Top Rank, they could really build him as far as like being a star if he gets that done over in, well, they say reported it could be in Puerto Rico.
Now, what do you make of people who are saying that Xander Zayas hasn't fought anybody or they're upset with his level of competition, even though he has a belt and he's fighting for another belt?
I mean, he's fighting the guys that he can get in the ring. That's what I feel like about it. The guys
that's fun. I mean, he fought a former world champion. Was able to get a win over a former world champion, former WBO world champion at that. So, hey, I think as they say, they were building him up since what he was like 19 years old. So
one thing I find interesting is if Xander Zayas would have fought Charles Conwell and beat Charles Conwell for the vacant WBO belt, and then he was about to fight Yoenis Tellez in the unification, would we be complaining about his competition?
No, they would be really high on it.
But is it his fault that Charles Conwell couldn't make it to
No.
get to that vacant title shot.
That's what I'm saying. He fights guys who get in the ring.
Is it his fault that Yoenis Diaz couldn't beat Barrow?
Yeah, right.
That ain't
You
him.
know,
Like
it
I said,
doesn't
he's
make
getting guys in the
sense.
ring. Wherever he get in the ring, he's gonna get him in the ring. And some guys you gotta believe it because they do it, and that's what he do.
We all agree that 154 is one of those divisions in boxing where we feel like anybody could beat anybody.
Exactly.
So just mix and match. If Charles Conwell couldn't be the last man standing, oh well, that's on him. You know, it is what it is.
Exactly. Now, Matt, we all know I got a hard out at. Can we get to the breakdown real quick for Vergil and Lubin?
Yeah, let's go. We'll skip the last item in news and notes, Matt. We'll let you talk about that.
Wow.
No, Matt. We'll let you talk about that on your own. We'll go to the EzRaw breakdown right now. EzRaw. So Vergil Ortiz, Erickson, Lubin happening tonight. What do you got?
It's like similar to Wardley, Parker. It's all the main event tonight. Okay, it's all the main event, but it's a damn good main event. It's a damn good main event. I think that people, and myself maybe included, sometimes you get down on guys. You remember something in your image of Lubin, all beaten up against Fundora, right? You can't get that in your head. You could think of Charlo knocking him out, and you think, oh man, he might be done. But you know what? Lubin's been damn good outside of that. And I know that I'm one of the few guys that thinks he beat Jesus Ramos, but I think he beat Jesus Ramos. I think he outboxed Jesus Ramos. I really do. I think when it started, it was a little rough for him, but once he found the distance, he found the timing, and he started hitting him at distance, he looked damn good. He's also a southpaw, and he's fighting Vergil Ortiz orthodox, and that's going to favor him in that matchup, right? Because Vergil Ortiz is going to have to come forward and get past that front foot. That's not easy. That does make it a little bit easier for Lubin to be able to keep distance and time Vergil as he comes in. Now, Vergil, as he stepped up in class, you got Bochuk and you got Majmov. Although, I think he won both those fights. At first, I wasn't sure about the Bochuk fight, but then went back and watched it. I thought he won. But I did feel the change in level in class. It wasn't to me like Boots versus Danny Onis, where it felt like Boots was doing exactly what he did to everybody else. He did to a top level guy. That's what it felt like to me. You know what I mean? With Vergil, I did kind of feel like, hey, this is a different level of class of fighters, and I kind of feel it. I could kind of feel in this game. In this fight, it's obvious that Vergil's going to come forward, and it's obvious that Lubin's going to look to box. Lubin has not been as aggressive, and if you look at Lubin's last fight against Holmes, it wasn't the most impressive performance. It didn't, stand out to you, but also Holmes is a very negative fighter, a counterpuncher, and Lubin's a more of a counterpuncher. Go back to Ramos fight, though. That opened up Lubin's game because the guy was an aggressor. He's a batter just waiting for someone to pitch to him. That's what's going to happen tonight. He's going to have a guy pitching to him. And you guys hear something in the background, or am I tripping?
No.
Okay, I must be tripping. But he's going to have someone pitching him up. He's going to be able to counterpunch. He's going to be able to pick his shots. That's where Lubin's at his best. I think it's going to open up his game, and he's going to be to do the stuff he's really good at. I still think that Vergil, pressure, his offense, and everything will weigh down Lubin over time, but I expect success from Lubin early. And I think that over time, when he gets stuck against the ropes, because he has a habit of getting stuck ropes and just depending on a high guard, I think that Vergil's going to find the offense. I think this is a really tough fight. That comes down.
Wait, hold on, real quick, because we had a comment from one of the listeners. He said if he went the distance with Fundora, he definitely not quitting or stopping with Ortiz. A good battle, in my opinion. I hate to break it to you, he ain't go the distance with Fundora.
Yeah, he didn't go distance with Fundora. People not remember that fight, but he didn't go distance. Yeah.
I don't think Lubin remembers that fight.
But Vergil's pressure, and when he gets against the ropes, Lubin's defense is a little bit too one-dimensional against the ropes, that I think that Vergil will be able to capitalize on those moments. I think that Vergil breaks him down late. I think it's a close fight. He might even be down on the cards, but he will eventually get to Lubin. He will eventually drop Lubin, and he will eventually stop Lubin in this fight. I think we're in for a very good fight, and we're going to be seeing if Lubin can handle the second half of this fight. Can Lubin hold up the second half of the fight, and is Vergil going to feel that level of class change again? Because like I said, I felt it in both last two fights. I'm waiting for that performance where he solidifies like, hey, I'm different, separate myself from the class. I haven't seen that yet. Maybe it's tonight. I'm a pick Vergil. I think it's a tough fight. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a fight worth watching. And please.
Well, not only is it a fight worth watching, I think that this is one of those fights that might not go the way people think it's going to go.
It could go that way.
Now, I personally, I'm going with conventional wisdom, and I'm picking Vergil because I just think that Lubin might be too shop worn. He's been through so many wars in his career, man. How much How much more can I take? You know, he might be on his Tyree shit, man. Fucking around with Virgil. The only thing I'm 100% sure about in this fight is that somebody's get put on their ass. It might be Lubin, it might be Ortiz.
It might be
Someone's
both.
getting put on that. Yeah, it might be both. Someone's getting put on their ass in this fight because both guys leave themselves open to some counter shots, and we've seen both guys down in their career. This is one of the very best fights in all of boxing. I'm glad that it's happening tonight. But I will say, I'm disappointed that you basically calling this a one fight card because there's another fight on this card that has a chance to steal the show. And I'm talking about Darius Fulgham versus David Stevens.
Yep.
That is going to be a banger, guaranteed banger. So look out for that fight.
The thing with Fulgham, and I get why you're saying that, and it does feel like the matchmaking is pretty good, but Fulgham, his last fight was really entertaining versus Big Beck. But
back to bully.
You know,
I know. He calls him.
I call him Satchmo. But like I said, you know, that fight was really entertaining. Before that, Fulgham's not really that much entertaining of a fighter. I don't think he wants to be in that type of fight again. So we'll see what happens there. The guy you have to pay attention to on this undercard is Joshua Edwards. I mean, are you talking about American heavyweights? What we have really no one to really be excited about. This is a guy you get excited about. Good speed, good power, and to me, a good size for heavyweight. I think that this guy's someone to watch. This is Golden Boy's chance to build the next superstar for them. I think this is like really the highest potential superstar that they could have on the roster right now. And I'm saying that with Ryan Garcia and Vergil Ortiz on the roster. I think this guy has more ceiling, is way higher a star potential than those guys because he's an American heavyweight.
All right, well, give the people your parlay.
My parlay, you know, boxing wise, not great stuff today. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to take.
Oh my God!
Here, let me go. Vergil Ortiz by KO or TKO. Then you got to go. We're going to cross two other sports. Los Angeles Lakers tonight against the Hawks, money line. LA Rams versus San Francisco 49ers. This is a payback game. The Rams are hungry for this. They're not going to let the 49ers think about it. They're not going to get surprised. They are hungry for this rematch. Money line. And this 3-leg parlay, Vergil, stoppage, Lakers, Rams, money line, plus 279.
Hey, it's so funny. All we got to do for your parlays is put a boxing take and then whatever LA teams are playing. It's the same shit.
And it always hits, baby. Hey, it always hits. It always hits.
Ezra, one more thing before you got to leave. Tomorrow today.
I think tomorrow today with Vergil Ortiz, because I think this is going to be a tough fight. I think that people are going to say, I don't think he's ready for boots. I think that's what the look is after this fight. Because I think that people are going to see, I think you might see a little bit, even a more patient Vergil today, more boxing Vergil today. And I don't think they're going to see the destruction that maybe they're expecting early on, right? I don't think they're going to see that devastation early on. I think it's going to be a tough fight. And I think people are going to say, hey, I think Boots is favored in this fight. I think we walk away saying Boots is the guy to win that fight. I think if Lubin wins, right? If Lubin wins, it's still going to be the story on Vergil, right? Lubin wins, you're going to say, hey, Lubin maybe is going to be a rematch for Fedora, right? He's in a submission spot, but you're still going to say that Vergil got exposed. And I think there's going to be a lot of complaints about, oh, Vergil should have won up in weight and all that, which we usually have if someone loses. I think they're going to hear a lot of that if Vergil loses.
All right, last thing before you get out of here, for real this time.
Okay.
And we got to have a talk with your wife, man. This is getting out of hand.
It is. There's a lot of events. It's a busy. Yeah. I didn't realize it's so busy. But you know what? She said, you know what she says when I tell her anything? San Antonio. That's what she says. And I'm like, you know what? You know what? All right, go ahead.
You know what you should say to her whenever she says to you? Say, why I order.
To the moon.
But the biggest ticket sellers in boxing.
Okay.
Because first of all, people talk about who sells, who's this, who's that, who's the face of this, who's the face of that. But I think people not understanding who really moving weight in boxing. So who are your biggest ticket sellers in boxing?
Okay, this is my list. I think you want this list for a certain reason.
Tell me why.
I don't think I got there where you wanted it. Right?
Why do you think I want this list?
I think you want to prove a point that Clarissa Shields is one of the biggest ticket sellers in boxing. She just signed a big deal. Clarissa Shields just signed a massive deal.
No, this is my idea, Ezra. No, he's lying to you. This is I asked Matt to do this. It's lying to you. This is my idea.
How did I lie? I didn't say anything.
You haven't said anything.
I was actually in the space when this came up. TY came up with the idea for this list.
No, I know you, Matt. You from Brooklyn. I know what y'all do.
I didn't say anything. What I was about to tell Ezra was he was wrong because this is Ty's idea. But you ruined it for me. Thank you.
I mean,
Jesus.
listen.
Jesus.
You from Brooklyn? You can't trust y'all. Lil Fame from Prospect. I don't trust you dudes, man.
All right, let me go on my list. At number 10, top 10 biggest ticket sales in boxing, Tyson Fury.
Oh my God.
He doesn't
Tyson
box.
Fury at number 10. At number 9, Jake Paul. At number 8, David Benavidez. At number 7, Manny Pacquiao. At number 6, Terrence Crawford. At number 5, Anthony Joshua. At number 4, Inoue. At number 3, and now this one hasn't really been proven yet, but in another sport, he was a huge ticket seller. I think he's gonna become a huge ticket seller in this sport. Tenshin Nakasawa. At number 2, Tank Gervonta Davis.
Say his name again.
Tenshin Nakasawa, or is it
Nasakawa?
Nasakawa, there you go. Number 1, Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo.
The biggest ticket seller of the sport. What do you think that's about?
I think the order obviously is fucked up, but it's interesting. Very interesting. I'm surprised that Devin Haney didn't make the list.
Really?
Yes, Devin Haney's one of the best ticket sellers in boxing.
Okay.
I'm surprised that Clarissa Shields didn't make the list.
So that's why I think you were expecting me on the list. She was an honorable mention. She's probably
here's the thing. When I think of ticket sellers, I think of guys that can move weight no matter who the opponent is.
I got you.
So when we talk about Canelo, Canelo can fight me or you.
Yeah.
He'll sell a certain amount of tickets. Tank can sell a certain amount of tickets.
Yeah.
Inoue.
Yeah.
Who I don't think I heard you say Inoue.
He was number 4 on my list.
Yeah, I don't know why you had Tenshin ahead of him. But
because Tenshin in MMA, kickboxing, sold $25 million gate.
Correct. But Inoue sold $5 million in the US.
I get you. But I think that Tenshin is going to be a massive gate seller.
We'll see.
Yeah, we got the next fight.
Yeah, we'll see. But Inoue obviously sells tickets. I do agree with you on Tenshin Nasukawa or Hashitashi, as you call him.
Mm-hmm.
Fury's retired. Okay. Joshua, I agree. He sells tickets. I think Shields bumps Fury from that top 10, though.
Okay, that's fine. She's right there. I mean, she's right there. She's number 11, so that's fine.
I think it's very interesting that a woman would even be in consideration. That just shows how big time she is.
She has no Gerard Ennis?
No. Yeah,
Gerard
Ennis has 2 examples of being a ticket seller. I think his last event, and I do think that it's really going to depend now on the opponent. Now, I think that he needs to get some fights right there, but I do think he has potential to be a big ticket seller.
No. Gerard Ennis has proven that he could sell tickets no matter who the opponent is.
Twice, he did that twice.
Yeah, but he did that with less than stellar opposition.
I get you.
And he did it 3 times.
That's fine. So he's in close. I mean, would you replace Tyson Fury with him?
I will put him ahead of Tyson Fury because his gate was bigger than Tyson Fury's without another guy. Remember when he fought Otto Wallen and Schwartz? Both of those did under $1 million at the gate.
Yeah, no, I get you. But like, if he's in the UK, is he doing under $1 million in the gate? No.
Who knows? Why didn't they put him in the UK?
Because they're trying to build him a star here. Like they thought they had something there.
All right, and then he got banned.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Daniel Kinahan.
Wow.
Matt, you got a list before Ezra takes off?
No, I just want to critique his list.
Yeah, I realized that you give me these things, right? And I want people to know. I heard about this 2 minutes before the show started.
See, now you're lying. No. Ezra. I texted you well before that. Tell the people
that's not true. That's not true. Now, the truth right now. And I build this list, and then you have the nerve to say, "Oh, it's not in the right order." It's like, hey, I only had about 2 minutes to think about it, and that's a pretty damn solid list for 2 minutes. I mean, really, you only have one complaint. You're like, "Oh, Fury."
Hey.
Now, I want to say one thing because I know you're going to talk about this. You can talk about this when I leave. I got to get going, but I will say this. And congratulations to Clarissa Shields. She's made herself into a big name, a big star in boxing. I've seen her. She's even interviewing podcasts with Stephanie McMahon. I think that's really big for her. I'm actually happy for her. Clarissa Shields, I thought was very disrespected during the Olympics. I thought that she should have been really on the cover of everything. As the only boxer to get a gold medal at that point, does it twice. I think that she should have been a bigger star at that point. I thought that everything was against her, and she still became a big star. She did smart moves to go on PFL. I got a lot of credit for her, and I'm glad she got the money. I just honestly though, this decision was boring to me. I got to be honest with you. I was expected to be more excited about this decision. I wasn't. I got to be honest with you. That's where I stand on it. I don't know. She getting her money. I'm happy for that, but it's just not doesn't excite me as I thought it would.
Hey, Huey, can you do me a favor?
What do you need?
Can you add Ezra to the block party?
You blocked. You is dumb as hell. You blocked, man.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
Az, it was some big names that you ain't named.
Which one?
Like you had like guys like Tiafimo, Shakur,
They
Ryan
don't
TFT
sell.
don't
Garcia.
sell tickets.
No, I'm just saying names like Ryan Garcia.
They don't sell
Shakur.
though.
Ryan Garcia sells tickets. Ryan Garcia sells tickets.
When and where?
Texas.
Ryan Garcia sells tickets.
What about Vergil? What about Vergil Ortiz? I said Shakur.
So
No, not
Shakur,
Shakur, all right, ticket seller, probably in the top, 10 to 20, right?
In the right market, probably, but I don't know that we've seen it outside of it, so maybe not.
How's the event going tonight? How's the Vergil event going? This is no.
not looking good.
Not great.
Not looking good.
All right, guys, I love you guys. Great show, excellent stuff. Whatever happens after I leave, remember that can only, like I said, that can't hurt my brand. That does not end the show here. Let's say right now this is what the show is. Now the show might continue, right? There might be something that happens after I leave, but what we had here was special. I really believe that.
All right. Tell your wife we said hello.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, you crazy, man. This dude,
Hey,
you know
Matt.
Ezra gonna tell. You know Ezra gonna tell. Ez already said it's got nothing to do with me.
What's up?
that whole thing with Clarissa Shields, make sure you bring that up next time you communicate with the boxing academic.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Mm.
But Tom, who do you think are some of the biggest ticket sellers in boxing?
I think y'all named them. Really, y'all named them. I mean, it ain't. I just named guys. You probably thought that. No, that's why I named the Vergil, Shakur, them type of guys. But I think Ez hit it. I don't know about the tension type of guys. I'm not going to fraud, but my list. When we talk about in the space, I would be talking about American guys. I mean, because
Yeah.
remember, we talking about Clarissa Shields and like she doing over $1 million gates. When a guy do $1 million gate, you know what I mean? We ready to make him a superstar. You got to think. Last year, Keyshawn did $1 million gate. We ready to make him Roberto Duran. So
Yeah.
Clarissa do it all the time.
Yeah. now, I will say a couple guys that I think he missed, not purposely, but because they don't box no more. Errol Spence is a ticket seller, and Jamel Charlo is a ticket seller.
I agree with both of them.
Yeah, those guys are ticket sellers, and that's why when we talk about the health of the sport, especially in the United States of America, it's because these guys are not fighting. These guys are not fighting.
What I said, Matt, I'm all for. We talk about you. I'm all for the older cats fighting, man. Let them dudes fight, man. I'm for a Charlo versus a Spence. We was hyped for Keith Thurman versus front door. Like what you say, he comes through the front door, right?
Yeah. Home invasion. Straight through the front door. Straight through the front door.
You know
Straight through the front door, man.
All right, Matt,
Go ahead, Yuri.
I was going to say, do you want to go back to the Clarissa Shields deal, or after this you want to move forward into quick hits?
Well, we could put Clarissa Shields in the quick hits.
All right. Well, then let's start with that. Clarissa Shields signing a historic 2-year, $8 million base multi-fight deal with Win Records and Salida Promotions. Where you want to talk about this, Matt? Where you want to start with?
Hey, I love Clarissa Shields. I'm very happy for her. Very, very happy for her. The album is coming. She's gonna drop an album. She's gonna drop an album. The album is coming. The album is coming.
Is Papoose writing the album?
No, she write her own rhymes. Come on, man.
Come on. So this is a coincidence. All of a sudden she get Papoose, she a rapper. All I'm saying, Huey. That's all I'm saying.
No,
I ain't hear about no bars before the Papoose.
She used to do music before, Ty.
You know, rappers want to be athletes. Athletes want to be rappers. You know how it is.
When she started talking about the alphabet backwards, don't say Pat went right in it. So like I
Hey,
say,
nah, come on, man, come on. But listen,
Hey, Matt,
what's up?
is she gonna go double uranium with this album?
Come on, man. Come on, man. She going diamond. But here's the thing, right? With this deal that she signed, I'm glad she's getting her money. As long as she fights the people we want her to fight, I don't think it matters where the money comes from.
who
do
we
you
wanted
want
to
her to
fight? Thank you, my bad.
Well,
I want to see her fight Shadeja Green. I want to see her fight Lauren Price. I want to see her fight Michaela Mayer. And I want to see her fight Christine Cyborg.
Michaela Mayer is an interesting one. You know,
Yeah.
you think it'll be at 160?
Either 154 or 160.
Can she make?
Yeah.
She said she would. She said she's interested in the fight.
You trying to kill her?
Well, here's the other thing that's interesting with this deal, since it was under Salida Promotions, so she was able to get out the initial, I guess you said, renegotiate with Salida and then get a new deal. And when that happened, there was a certain fighter that was a little bit bothered by that decision when that happened, because she recently signed with Salida Promotions.
Who are we talking about? Was bothered by that?
Franchon Cruz.
So she was bothered by Clarissa Shields resigning?
Not resigning when she announced that she was ending the deal with Salida Promotions.
What was her
because she
expired?
didn't know. Remember, yeah, but she didn't think that, or she didn't know that if she was going to re-sign with Salida Promotions though at the time.
Okay.
So with this new deal, now I want to see if that that fight could be resurrected. And the other thing too. Oh, and the other thing too with this deal, with Clarissa getting this amount of money, that as they say, increases the value of the deal that the opponents will get. So that's gonna really be real good for women's boxing on that front.
Oh yeah.
But those are some interesting matchups too.
Yeah, but I don't think she's fighting. I don't think she's fighting Franchon. She didn't say it to me outright, but the sense that I got from her is that there's a little issue that maybe Franchon was talking out of school, and that might affect her willingness to give Franchon that fight, because she already, let's be honest, she already beat her. I mean, she already beat her.
Yeah, but Roy Jones already beat Bernard Hopkins, and they still had a rematch. So I don't know.
Which sucked. Yeah, that's not a good example. That second fight sucked.
1-1. It was 1-1. I don't care what y'all say. It was 1-1. They want to do the trilogy. It's 1-1.
What else you got for us?
We saw Floyd Money Mayweather receive another award, but this time outside the ring, for the Republican Jewish Coalition's World Champion for Israel Award for his undying support of Israel. Matt, what are your thoughts on Floyd's newest accomplishment?
I don't have any thoughts. I just wanted to put this on a rundown, just to put it on a rundown.
Oh my. Hey! You know what? I like to thank them. I like to thank all of those guys. Those are hell of a guys. I support Israel. I know what's going on, but that's who I rock with.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Here we go. Legendary rapper Cameron is going to be doing some collaborations with PBC for an upcoming event. Matt, do you have any more details on this? And do I need to hit your music?
It's not really a boxing rumor, so not hit the music, but I know there have been questions about whether or not this is going to be like some sort of musical performance or something like that. No, this is not going to be a musical performance. From all indications, because I keep my ear to the streets, this is going to be, they're going to be hosting basically fight week for PBC, if that makes sense. That's what the discussion is. They're going to be hosting fight week, interviewing the fighters, maybe interacting with the fans. They're gonna be doing some cross promotion with It Is What It Is and PBC. I think this is a big deal, man, and this is something for the culture. And I'm hearing that this could start as soon as the December 6th fight in San Antonio, which I think would be
let's
pretty
go.
cool. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool, especially for Fulton versus Foster, because that's our fight. Okay, that's our fight. That's our audience. That's Cameron's audience. And if you could introduce Fulton and Foster to that audience, oh man, I think that'd be huge for both guys. So I'm hearing this. I did like they gave a shout out to KB Kenneth from PBC. I posted the video. I posted the video. There was a real funny part of the video that I cut out. I want you guys to go to Talk with Flea, his podcast, and go listen to the extended version of the video. And then you'll know why I say it's a funny part of the video. All right. But yeah, that was fire. That's fire. I think it's a great idea. It's gonna bring PBC fighters to a different market. And you just see PBC continue to try to expand their reach with their fighters. Now we just need more events. We need more events. We need more events.
Yeah, they did have that great back and forth on with Gilly and Wallow, and now you add this thing here with It Is What It Is. That gives more of these fighters more exposure, and shout out to PBC on that front, because you've seen it at least with a couple of examples here with what happened with Ted versus Rhodes Jr. So you've seen those multiple media outlets kind of be part of that in the build up to that particular fight. And now you're gonna see that, more so with more of these PBC events. So I'm looking forward to it for Fight Week 4 San Antonio. And hey, I'm looking at them tickets, man. They got a couple non-stop flights, so I might just go ahead and try to make that trip.
Yeah, listen, that's a great fight, a great event. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this collaboration with It Is What It Is and PBC goes. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully it comes across well to the audience, because I like that PBC is thinking out of the box on how to promote their fighters and their events.
Mm-hmm.
And then before, I'm sorry, Matt, you had something else to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and so much for PBC being broke. If they could afford Cameron, Mace, and Stat Baby, they must not be going broke. Shit.
Right.
Must not be. And then Matt, before you close out the show tonight, again, I know you opened the show with this, but yourself, EzRaw, the entire brunch boxing community just wants to extend our sincerest condolences to Al Bernstein on the passing of his wife Connie this week. And Matt, I'll turn it over to you if you have anything else to say on that before we close out.
No, I have nothing to say on that. Al Bernstein's great guy, friend of the show. Love and light to him and his family.
And that was all that we had here for today. JBZ, TY, you want to tell the people where they can find you and your content? Jeez, struggling.
Sure. Go ahead, Ty.
Ty, you're on mute.
Oh, my bad. Sunday morning sermon. We be there tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? And we going for 2 in a row on next Friday, RNS podcast. You know what I mean? We going for 2 in a row. Gotta keep going. Undertaker streak alive.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Ty.
What's up, homie?
Do we have more episodes on the RNS podcast or more PBC boxing events?
Woo. I might go PBC.
Do we count the half episodes?
No, we do not.
No, they like EPs. No, they don't count.
Those are the demos.
But no. Hey, did anybody want to talk about the Ryan Garcia Mario Barrios potential fight?
Interesting.
It was on the rumor mill, posted on the rumor mill on the Boxing Source website some time back. What is it? Oscar De La Hoya is like real, kind of like a little bit bad on keeping that under wraps, because he wouldn't necessarily say it on with Marcos Villegas, but Yeah, that looks like it's going to happen on that front. Um, as far as like me, like I said, the Box Source podcast Sundays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. TBS trading cards in development. People are fighters are really feeling it. So we're gonna see if we can expand the series. So I'm still working on that.
Yeah, man. And listen, I want to give a shout out to all of our listeners. Shout out to Coda Kid, the homie. Shout out to you. Shout out to Trill. Shout out to and Conquest. We see you down there in the comments. Shout out to my guy Cam J Network. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Cam's YouTube. I had the honor of being on his show this past week, so shout out to him. Shout out to the most dangerous man in boxing, J-Ro. Shout out to my man Big Boss, aka Bandalorian. Shout out to Teach. Gritty was here. KB from PBC was here. Shout out to him. Who else was in the building today? I
Sibby
see my
was here.
man.
Sibby was here, and I actually did want to. I started one of his comments from earlier. He said he needed some brunch boxing gear for his fighters. So
All right,
we gotta get in
if they
contact with
win,
Sibby and
if
get
they
that
win,
get that going.
if they win, they gotta win.
I
We're not,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, we're not giving out no. Listen, this ain't no third world country where we send over stuff to losers. All right, we need them to win. They gotta win. If they win, me and Mike will sort that for them.
Right.
Shout out to Johnny. I saw you in here, Johnny. Who else was in here? Stringer Basquiat, that bitch ass nigga. Fuck him.
Damn.
Who else was in here? My guy Neutral. Shout out to Neutral. Red Corner Boxing. That's my guy right there. My guy Blair was in here. Brunch Boxing COO. The Mexican Al Heyman Mike was in here. So shout out to him. I see my guy Old Marty Martin. Shout out to my man Rosebud Ice Cream.
Whoa,
Rosebud Ice
pause.
Cream. That's my guy right there. What do you mean? That's the name of the ice cream company. My man
Uh,
Sean Muller was in the building. Got to give a shout out to that man. Another Martin was in there. Shout out to him. Everyone has an opinion. Make sure you go subscribe to his podcast on all streaming platforms.
We did
He
a
was in
great
here.
breakdown of Vergil versus Lubin tonight.
Yeah. And listen, I see my girl Karma was in here. Shout out to Karma. Jab Queen Boxing. Shout out to Jab Queen Boxing. She was in here. She was on the show with me with Cam J earlier this week. Bruce Gas Boxing was in here. Brandon Ness was in. Yo, we had some luminaries up in here today. Okay. We might be doing okay for ourselves. But we're gonna be back tonight. We're gonna be back tonight. You know,
YouTube or Twitter?
it depends on what the people want. If the people want YouTube, I'll do YouTube. I know how to boot up the stream now. So if y'all want to do YouTube, we could do YouTube to talk about the fight. It's up to y'all. I don't
Yo,
really care.
I think it's
We
gonna
might be able to do
be,
both, but we'll see if I have time to figure that out throughout the day.
I ain't the one with the hype, but this is gonna be a good fight tonight. This is gonna be a good fight.
It is. And
Yeah. This
I
can't.
think Lubin could win, man.
No,
Philly
Like,
Wi-Fi.
Or Lubin by
like,
decision.
like niggas act like fucking Vergil is Chavez. Like, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. But we'll see, man. Listen, support Brunch Boxing. Make sure you subscribe YouTube. Follow on Twitter. Follow on Instagram. Make sure you guys subscribe on all streaming platforms. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And as always, make sure y'all hit the Cash App. $ is that your face. Holla at me. Make sure y'all go hit the Cash App, hit the Venmo. Hit, I got everything, man. Y'all go support, hit the PayPal. Make sure you guys support. I do want to say that we are going to be revamping the Brunch Boxing website. So look out for that. Me and Mike gonna be working on that. We're gonna be revamping the entire website to bring you guys the full Brunch Boxing experience. It's gonna be fucking dope. It's gonna be dope. We're revamping the whole website. Okay, you talk, we listen. We do this for the people. Um, look out for some articles I got coming up. I got some articles on the website now, but I also have some articles that I'm going to be dropping throughout the weekend. A lot of news and notes I'm going to be dropping throughout the weekend. So make sure you guys go follow us on all platforms, including the Brunch Boxing website, www.brunchboxing.com. But it is time that we say goodbye. This was a great show. Appreciate everybody for joining us. But this has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our COO, the Mexican Al Heyman Mike. He is our host, EzRaw Boxing. He is our super producer, the one, the only Huey P. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing, and we are out.